Buddy. Alright. Time for more tower event nonsense.
Hello!
The bosses seem to be getting more spicy at this point, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to this. Although then we'll run into the command code UI and I'll regret everything. Kama or Shiki? Gil and Akire up there. So much tower, yeah, it's long. Alright, what are we doing here? We got Saber, Rider, let's go Orion. With the 1-1-1 skill. Oh, actually 10-7-7, excuse me, when did I do that? I don't remember doing that at all, but I'll take it. Sure, need to get him 10-10-10, honestly. And then somehow get NP2. Yeah, Bond 1. Yeah, I know. I'll have to... We'll probably get a Bond here, honestly. We'll see. I think I'm muted on in-game. Oh, no, just quiet. Shut up, Kiara. No one likes you. And all the people that say they like you are just lying. They're just flattering you. I like how I'm attacking Mev first for really no reason. Man, if my taunts could die, that would be great. Already rude. I'm just telling the truth. It'd be rude to lie to people. Alright. Need to get my NP. Also would like Mev to die. Maeve, Mev, Med B, Pink Thought, you know, whatever. God, Orion is pretty big. Even Fergus looking kind of small over there. I guess she needs to go next because she could remove buffs, which would not be ideal. All right, time to click buttons. Actually, I think we click all the buttons, to be honest. Should be able to one-shot her pretty easily. This is completely unnecessary. I'm just doing it because it's funny. Actually, I could probably kill them both if I, like, Buster, NP Buster. That probably would have done it. Could have done the Star Bomb to double crit. I'm kind of mad I didn't think of that. My volume's a bit off here. Hold on. That should be better. Almost 200k. That's at NP1. See, Fergus, you should have done both of your defense buffs. But you'd probably die anyway, to be honest. Most certainly. 238. Yep, I need to get my Orion up. Get the skills maxed. Maybe try to get NP2 someday. With those 5 coins, that'll make all the difference. Yeah, we killed Fergus in several other realities with those hits. Yeah, if Fergus had a new sprite, oh yeah, we have all these stupid shoe pictures in this event, but if Fergus had a new sprite, he probably would be a bit bigger. But he's not like a giant or anything. Alright. This account has to be a bit smarter because the bosses are a bit harder now. So try not to use my good shit. We'll use her though because she's such a short cooldown. Technically you should save her because she's got the double damage, so she's crazy strong. But I don't care. I don't like to beat bosses with that kind of stuff anyway. I don't really need to level this. Unless you get it to 10, it doesn't even matter. I do really like having it at 10 though on my main account. Most characters are taller than their original sprites would imply. That's why they normally get taller when they get an animation update. The original sprites are just very weirdly proportioned. Big heads. Spine problems, yeah, there's plenty of that. Okay. Probably kill the Berserker first. I don't even remember her name. This is one of the most forgettable characters of like all time. What do I want to do here? You know what? Kill. Yeah, there's like 2 people that are a fan of her. Wasn't her challenge quest the one where you had the 3 tree guys and then like the ruler welfare that I don't remember the name of? Something like that. That's about all I remember about that event. I don't even remember what the gimmick was. It was like you had to kill the trees to like actually do damage to the boss or something like that. Alright, gonna do big crits next turn, see how much damage we can do. I look forward to having to fight a real boss, though, in like the main story down the road that's maybe single target oriented, because I want to try out the Medusa Phantom combo, because I actually think it's going to be really good. But it's got to be a single target situation completely. And they can't be like debuff immune or something like that. Yeah, I did a few setups for that boss, and I remember one of them was Caligula just punching her in the face. Man, none of these mats are that useful. Holy crap, we need QP though. I really should make a montage video like once a year to like gather up all the stupid skit bits I come up with. That way they're like easier to find. Okay, so the boss is not for a while here. Really liking this multi-class thing. Let's go, the new guy. Actually, let's go Britomart. We've been using him a lot, and we've been not using Britomart much. So I have the stupid city on like most of my accounts, even though I never rolled on a banner with her. I've just coincidentally gotten spooked by her a lot. And I don't even like her. The city angers me, yeah. I know a few people that weren't. That was a pretty weird thing that they did, and it just, you can kind of tell they were just like stretching logic to come up with that one, and it's just like, why? Why couldn't you just put in the god like normal? Well, that's a hand. I approve of the green aura. So the archer is the least threatening. Cheeky's the most threatening because quick NP and insta-death. So chat, that boss we did yesterday and then I made a video of with Kodamine, I looked at the data mine and as did other people, and it doesn't make any sense. The data mine just shows that the side enemies gain 200% resistance to the two card types, which is obviously why you do 0 damage, right? But the reason sometimes you do some damage, it's not random. There is no RNG in the mechanics of that boss whatsoever, at least the gimmicks. But if you rainbow chain, what I think is happening is the Buster first card bonus. The Buster first card bonus, that damage is not counted as any color. So you're doing the like 50% Buster first card bonus to them, which doesn't really make any sense because you'd think the card that's applying that bonus damage is still an art card or a Buster card, but that's pretty much what's happening. And thinking back on it, actually, this has happened before. There's been, I think it was like the crab challenge quest back in the day where they had 100% damage resist or some crap. Or 100% defense up. I think that's what it was, 100% defense up. If you did a Buster chain, the 20% bonus damage from the Buster chain, and not the first card Buster bonus, but the Buster chain bonus, would just ignore the armor and it would just apply on its own. So this kind of like weird under the hood stuff has actually been in the game since the beginning. This isn't like a new thing. It's always been there. My guess is whatever the game is doing, right, with like that, the way it's calculating that damage up from the Buster chain is what it's doing for the rainbow chain, right? Even though you don't get a Buster chain bonus in a rainbow chain. It doesn't work that way, but you get like that first card Buster card effect and all that. And however it's calculating that, it's just not, you know, factored into like the resistant type buff like that, or it's not counting it as specifically an art buff or a Buster buff or whatever. Very weird though. I don't think it's intentional, and I don't think it was intentional back in the day either. I just think it's been some weird relic under the hood. And generally when there's weird stuff under the hood like that, they don't fix it, because actually the player base would get mad because people get used to things and they think it's like how it's supposed to be. For example, this has been a bug since day one. If you do half of the HP of the current HP of a boss or an enemy, like, it doesn't have to kill them, but if you just do enough damage to be half of their current HP, you get the over gauge / overkill bug. Or a bonus, right? Which is obviously a bug, but like there's no reason for that. And there's not even an indicator of it. It doesn't show overkill on the side or overgauge on the side, but it always happens. Like if you do 50% of their current HP, you for some reason will get that benefit. And I'm sure they could have fixed it by now. The reason why they don't is because it would actually make most of the loopers out there not work anymore, at least not easily. You'd have to work a lot harder. You have to give them a lot more damage up, or working an extra NP gain up or something like that. Because it actually results in people getting way more, you know, NP refund and things like that. But yeah, it's just a stupid bug, and I think they're intentionally going to not fix it because people are used to it. And there's a few things like that. And I would say with whatever the hell is going on with the Buster chains and rainbow chains, they probably wouldn't fix it either. And I'm not even sure they know about that one. That one's a pretty bizarre one. But yeah, a lot of looping setups would fall apart for sure. All right, well, NP time. Robot go burr. So I guess this isn't really a robot. This one is just like enchanted armor. Do I want a rainbow chain? Yeah. God, I wish she had a different NP in stage 1, dude. And Mr. Isit, thank you for the 36 months. You know, I just realized Cuckoo is one of the only like new generation 5 stars that actually has different NPs to match their ascension. They don't do that much anymore. Yeah, I don't know. She might have stilts in there or some magic stuff or like runes. I don't know. Because I mean, the helmet's off. You can see she's tiny in comparison to the armor. So might kind of work like a pseudo robot. Like what's that anime? God, it's a really old anime. It's like mecha suits of armor. Escaflowne. That's it. Escaflowne. You know, they're not really robots necessarily, but you know, they're like these kind of overly like steam like work like armors, right, that are kind of like mechas, right? So the internals might be kind of like that, but like you still have to like move your arm, and then it moves mechanisms to move the arm of the thing. That's probably what's going on. A Steam Knight, I wish. Okay, we'll try David. He's a tough lad. Chat, the amount of 5 stars that I have absolutely no intention of leveling. It's even more on my main account. And I'm at the point where I don't need I don't need rare prisms. So I wonder how Sith rates her fellow knights' fashion in this case. Kind of funny. Let's see here. Might as well do that. Guess I saved the evade. Who's the biggest threat here? She's probably the biggest threat, I would think. Oh yeah, Buki's a giant. I guess I could have just NP'd her, but I think any of them will die to the NP, so it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, you could totally use David in her boss fight because she had the giant trait. Good times. She should die even if I evade now. Wrong order with my command codes there, but whatever. Oh, Dion, you bastard, you taunted. How could you? Well, no NP. Rainbow chain for the stars. Yeah, I will say I don't like Ibuki's design much. Never been a fan. Really don't like that art style. Okay, I'm gonna do the attack up just for the lulz here. I just want to see the damage. Rainbow would give me crit chance, but I think we'll do that. Yeah, David animation update would be awesome. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen anytime soon. I think we just broke her shin there. 342, no event bonus, no event CE, none of that. And that's not Grailed, that's just a 70 David. That was just Golden Sumo, level 70 David. No other funky business there. I need to grail David at some point, honestly. I think my ult, I'll start grailing a lot of the like low stars that I wouldn't normally grail in my main, just because I want to have them at 70, but I like them, right? Like Robin and David, that kind of thing. That's why I grailed Medea over here. I guess that's, I don't know what's the highest rating. I would think awesome, but I don't know. I call biasm on that one, though. All right, this is not the boss. They really should have put Burgess with like other Lost Belt 6 people in that story bit. I guess these are all the characters you fought on those floors prior. Wait, does she rate her own shoes? Maybe some ego on that one. Yeah, people said they did every single one in the game, so maybe that's the final one or something. Oh, this event. She does? Yeah, I figured. She probably gives them the top score, I would imagine. Oh, this is probably a bonus floor because there's 2 of them. I'll try to save the bonus floors, but the prior bonus floors, they actually made you do to do the final stage, so but we'll see. Yeah, this event's pretty whack. That last Kodamine boss was okay though. I mean, it was like half dumb as fuck because like it had a lot of like just dumb like strong army stuff, and then like the stats weren't that high on the enemies. So I don't know, but it was definitely more interesting than all the other bosses in this event. And I'm hoping that the next floor bosses are going to be like that, so kind of interested in seeing where this goes. You can probably handle it. Get that BB out of here. You know, I don't even know what Morgan's shoes look like. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm sure she gets top score. That's some fashion. I don't know if I ever saw that ascension stage for her. What the hell? What am I doing here? Could just NP right now. I've got an art chain though. Berserker needs to die the most. Should be easy though. Yeah, it's a pretty forgettable character, honestly. Alright, we could probably double NP and that'll be that. Although the 1 NP might be enough, I guess we'll see. I love a VC Braun, dude. And they cut everything about his character from the anime. You can just tell they didn't care about a VC Braun at all, and they're like, we have to cut a bunch of stuff, so we might as well cut this guy. Oh yeah, Semiramis is limited, isn't she? Easy to forget. Because most APOC stuff is not limited. Like Achilles is not limited. Yeah, I guess Amakusa is limited too though, isn't he? Right, he was White Day originally. He was a White Day character. And then she's Valentine's Day. I see what they did there. Yeah, VC Braun's quick animation is great. Little golems like ganking you. Moon Cancer. You know what? Probably better to save her for a boss fight, but sometimes you gotta punch things. Rip Steno. Get that stupid shit out of here. Oh man, shooting is another character I super don't like. Not the Moon Cancer I was expecting. Look at this opening rainbow chain, though. What do you think about Mozart with his Bond CE as a budget team against bosses? For example, Lobo. I mean, it works fine. I mean, I've done it. A lot of times you don't need the Bond CE because it's overkill, and you could just go with like a Star Bomb or some kind of utility like that. But you know, he gives you an outrageous amount of damage up. Mozart's good. Mozart's one of the better budget units in the game. So Martha is about the only character here that I like. Bunch of nerds out here. I mean, Steno is better than Uriel, but it's a low bar. They didn't even... Y'all could not even kill fucking shooting, right? You couldn't do me that solid. What's wrong with you? Okay, support AoE. Fuck, that means I'm gonna have to do this. I guess I could have killed her first. Fuck, now I have to kill them. It's getting awkward out here. It's because they're taking them. I don't hate the rats, but I don't like the rats either. Yeah, I think a lot of people forgot about the... Look how slow this NP animation is, by the way. Yeah. It's great. There's not even violence here. Can you believe it? God, I'm so glad she's dead. How do I not have my NP right now? Also, my evade went to waste. Because the turn order... Well, I can make it work. Very dead. Oh, I could have used my anti-divinity there. Not that we needed it, but yeah, that'll help. Almost. All right, well, violence. This event, dude. Like, what am I doing with my life right now? How did it come to this? Where did it all go wrong? That's, normally the people that don't have shoes don't get a rating. Biasm. Let's see. Well, it's not really the forest. It's really just the fact that they thought about using Green Knight that I think there's a chance they'll get added, you know, whenever. Which I don't think is copium. I mean, they've literally done that many times where they were going to use a character, it got cut for one reason or another, then they revisited it later. It's actually pretty common, so. Because it's not like, you know, it's not like reading between the lines. They said they were going to use the Green Knight, and then, you know, things just changed. So it's completely possible he will get added. We should use a Saber here. Oh, you know what? Nah, I'll use Diarmid. We already used him for a boss earlier, so... Mix it up. And thank you for the 31 month. Keo, I always forget. 31 months is a long ass time. Come on, game. There you go. Kind of funny that they count all of these battles as fatal, like a boss fight, but they really aren't. Oh, Knights of the Round, let's go. Not exactly a good hand here. Who's the most dangerous? Probably Percival. See, look, they took care of the taunt walls nice and easy. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with that last one. What do I want to do here? First of all, though, we counterclass. So maybe Gwen is actually the one I should be beating on. Do that so I don't die. That animation is really out of place in this game. He's not even a fourth wall breaking character. I don't really know why they did that. Can probably kill both of them here. Hell, I might be able to kill Artoria here. 77k. I've got attack up, quick up. What am I, NP3? NP2. I'll just kill Gwen to be safe here. Yeah, lore-wise, fighting these three at once would be awful. Especially if it's during the day. But even if it wasn't, it'd still be awful. Like, Gwen is really powerful outside of daytime. That's kind of like one of those, like, story contrivances, though. Like, how do I put this? It's like they don't really look at, like, what's logical and what's actually there, right? It's kind of like, oh, he gets buffed in the sun, so then they kind of only make him do anything during the sun, which that's not really how it is. Like, he's actually a top-tier saber, and then during sunlight, he's way stronger. Oh, I didn't do this attack up. Fuck. Yeah, I absolutely could have killed Artoria there. Silly me. God, the movie is so dumb. It's actually kind of annoying because there's parts where they have Bedivere beat Gwen, where in the game, Bedivere just straight up loses. So it just makes no sense how they changed that. But a lot of anime adaptations do weird shit, so... Well, see, it's not the reverse of Fate Zero unless we get her master to kill her, you know. This is satisfying, though. Berserker Deer Mid, that'd be interesting. He's had enough of our shit. Yeah, he really does kind of suck at NP1 because he doesn't have an upgraded NP. Apparently Gwen has the best shoes. Who knew? They have Achilles. We can go Kentucky. That's a fun one. Wait, did I already use Kentucky? No way. What the fuck? Where he at? Oh yeah, we can do Drake. That's the thing. Where's my Kentucky? Not helpful that I don't remember if he's level 90 or level 80. Okay, well there's the Riders and there's no Kentucky. Oh, there he is. It's because he's like the only Rider. I guess him and Martha, but yeah, they're off in the corner there. And everyone keeps memeing about this, but it really is shoe pictures because Sith... Like, it's weird that people just, like, don't want to acknowledge the actual character Sith has, right? I don't even like Sith, but she wants to, like, make shoes. That's, like, always been her character. She wants to be a shoe creator. Like, and they're obviously just, like, leaning into that, like, to the point of it being a meme, but, it's just weird that people ignore that. Honestly, Sith has shit shoes in every Ascension, I'm pretty sure, but, you know, what are you gonna do? You know, I don't think I have Sith on a single account, and I'm okay with that. Although, I don't know, I might have gotten spooked by her somewhere randomly, and I just didn't realize it or something, but... I don't think I have her. I need like a random assassin. There we go. I honestly don't even remember what like her stage 1 shoes are. I know her stage 1 is more normal though, where her stage 2 and 3 are just completely off the walls. Not really sure what the theme here is. Do I want to just NP here? Nah, I'll wait. Though I probably won't. Nah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Who's the biggest threat? Probably her. Wait, Shiba's a cook? I know she's like into stocks and money and stuff. I know the other two cook though. Honestly, I don't even know what normal human history Sith even acts like. I don't really know. I just know she likes shoes a lot. Guess I just buff up for normal card damage here. Yeah, that'll do. 79k at level 80. Yeah, probably gonna do it. Oh yeah, yeah. Easy crits, boys. Okay. Easy win. That was probably the easiest one yet. Sorry, Martha. It's not Christmas time. You gotta go. Martha doesn't have that high-pitched of a voice. Fairly normal, I would say. Okay, this will be an actual boss fight. Berserker and a million other things. But chat, I'm gonna blow your minds here. It's actually pretty common that women like shoes. I know that's such a controversial take, but that's actually pretty common. I don't know why everyone's so surprised with the Sith thing, really. No way. All right, let's see who we're fighting. That Kodamine one was all right. I mean, it was like half dumb as fuck, but like once you learned it, it was kind of interesting. Mind you, some women hate shoes, but it's not rare to find some that like shoes, so. What is going on in here? Also, they need to get like a vacuum cleaner, dude. Sandal King. Never liked sandals, to be honest. Oh, God. Look at all these characters I don't like. Oh, I get why Miss Crane's here a lot too. It's because Miss Crane's all about fashion as well. I don't know why that just now hit me, chat. I had no idea why Miss Crane was in this event. But yeah, it's because she's really big into fashion. She's like I think she's a clothing designer. I think that's literally what she does. And hey, Boatless, what, 63 months? That's one of the longest subs I actually have. It's insane. Bunch of creeps right here. OG sub baby indeed. I think you have like the founder badge. Yeah, you do have the founder badge. Okay, you know, I don't really care about this, so I'm just gonna skip. Also, why is fucking Woo part of that gang? TOS, by the way. Yeah, this is a very silly event, dear God. Okay, AoE is obviously gonna be good here. Kinda awkward with the classes, though. What shall we use? Does Miss Crane get a damage bonus? I think that bonus is just from the CE. I don't think it, I don't think she has one, naturally, which is also, chat, remember when they used to make, like, custom sprites? And, like, actually, this is fucked up. They made, I remember, a bunch of, like fancy, like, party mask sprites for, like, what was it? Like, Reigns and Shakespeare. I think there might have been another one or so. And they actually were completed. Like 100%. They had their in-game sprite, they had the card art, like all of it. They were just completely done. And they just didn't make them available. Just because, right? But like, she's not even getting her mask here. They're not even doing that, so. Yeah, case files, that's right. Actually really sucks they never added that stuff. Yeah, Masashi with the eye patch. They're so random about adding that kind of stuff. And like, what's really weird is, like, you could say, oh, Masashi has her eye now. But the thing is, like, well, I cannot remember the name, but the evil Ilya, right? They made that playable for literally no reason, right? They just did it because. So if you're gonna add that, right, you could add any of these costumes, really. Testament, that's the name. I think Morgan was just because she was popular and they got a lot of feedback about it. So there's a writer and assassin here, which is kind of awkward. Means technically assassin, though, is like the best class for this. Or just an extra class, like an Avenger or a Foreigner or whatever. Actually, Foreigner is really good here because there's an enemy Foreigner in Berserker. Yeah, like Cuckoo would probably be really strong here. What to try? What to try? The Pope? We could try the Pope. There's, you know, Berserker, but that's a good way to see what we're fighting anyway. Some of these gimmicks have been kind of wacky, so they might be pretty extreme here. Yeah, Alter Ego is a proper counter to Foreigner. And then Foreigner counters Foreigner. They're like berserkers against each other. Oh, it's a multi-wave one, I see. Crit down for everybody. So far, a significantly lighter gimmick than the prior stage. Crap opening hand, though. Yet another bad opening hand. I can get rid of the defense down. Or, yeah, okay. Sometimes you can't for like no reason. They're not consistent about this kind of stuff. Probably should not have cast. Well, I don't know. The art up is nice. It's just we're whiffing the battery. Yep, Hades OST. Man, what a game. I love that game. I need to play it. It's been a while. You know, I can totally get behind murdering Wu. Not a character I like. Well, I can heal. That's pretty good NP gain still if I do that. Quick art is still better than a rainbow chain, generally speaking, though. I think it can vary with hit counts and stuff, but that's more than enough. So far, this is way easier than the prior boss, like floor 10 boss. Yeah, wow. Unless you get some crazy gimmicks, this is so much easier. It's actually pretty disappointing. Not worthy of a video at all. Okay, that maybe is something. Looks like a 5-hit evade. Whoops. Probably should just go for Kiyohime first, though. You know what? I should have done the art card star absorb and double crit and just kill her. It might kill anyway. Definitely would have killed though if I used the first skill. Ouch. Yeah, Foreigner's neutral against Ruler, which is kind of stupid to be honest. Why did I bring Atlas? Alright, this will get rid of the evade here. Wait, why did I cast that? I don't need the gain. Although I guess the attack up will work on the Buster card. Oh, you know what? This is sure hit. Excuse me. We actually countered this without meaning to. How are you gonna not crit though, lady? God damn it. Let's not lose to the absolute disgrace of a unit. We're not doing so good though that our Mysticode is completely useless. Like the cooldown reduction won't kick in. I'd be better off with like a generic attack up. Like default would be way better. We can get that next turn, but it'll be too late to mean much. Dude, I'm telling you, they'll rate her shoes high. They're not gonna make fun of the just like super wacky ones, right? Like the really out there ones. If anything, they're gonna like super hype those, so. Like, oh, it's so interesting though. Oh wow, we killed her. All right. Yeah, those are like the worst shoes in the game, dude. So dumb. Melt is significantly less dumb, to be honest, because at least they're like weapons and it's like a whole stealth thing. I mean, it's pretty dumb too, don't get me wrong, but Van Gogh is so much dumber. Did we already murder Melt? I don't even remember. Yeah, whatever. Shout out to Melt being voiced by Martha's voice actress instead of Sakura's. It's kind of funny. She really is like more like a Martha face. Oh wait, which I didn't pay attention there. I have no idea what they probably got rated high though. There's no way they didn't. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, of course. Why did they make Sith like the main focus of this event when it's like Medusa's event? And I don't mean like Medusa has to be like the you know, villain behind it or the driving force behind it. That's not what I mean. It's just like there's absolutely no duality, rivalry, similarity. Like there's like nothing between Sith and Medusa like on any level. They have like nothing to do with each other. Yeah, sure, people like Sith, but Like, why didn't they just make a random Sith event at some point? Like, why do this for the Medusa event? That's just kind of weird. Like, you could do everything they did here, right? Like, with focusing on Sith and the theme and all that, for just any other event. I don't get why it was tied with Medusa. That's just like a very weird pairing. You don't understand? Oh, throwing a dart blindfolded to find a premise for the event story? Yeah. Spin the wheel, guys. See where it lands. Except the wheel, like 9 out of 10 options on the wheel are Japanese related. That's why every fucking event is somehow a weeb event. And we never just get like, I love them saying how they were like, if they didn't add Roland in 5.5, they were never gonna have an opportunity to add him. I'm like, what are you talking about? You literally spawn all these like Japanese characters out of your ass and make events around them for no reason, right? That mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. But you can't just make up an event that's like French related to put Roland in. Like what the fuck? Like, it just drives me crazy, dude. Like, it is so easy to add any character they want, and when you just make up events like this. All right, let's see here. Like putting like Miss Crane in a Sith event makes sense, right? Which they did, right? But my point is putting Sith in a Medusa event really doesn't make any sense. All right, Avenger. It's not a boss wave though, so it's kind of what. You know what, Drake. 435. Oh boy, and I even got our NP2 recently. Gonna have to fix that. I just need a lottery event. I just need so many skill gems. Because like QP, I can just farm on this side whenever, and you can just, you know, pile drive it. That's not right. Drive on through. Nope, that's not it. Plow on through. That's the one. You can just, you know, get through it that way. You know, it's really linear and straightforward when you need QP. But when you need a bunch of random mats or skill gems, you can only farm it on some days. Right, and it's so shit. The wheel only has a 0.5% chance to land on France. Yeah, it's about right. Speaking of French, got Edmund here. Okay, these two together make sense. Oh, is it 'cause I get it. It's literary stuff. You know, Count of Monte Cristo, and then she's literally a book. So yeah, I get what they're doing here. Yeah, they're from books. She is a book, so slight difference. Oh my god, why have I not leveled up her skills more than that? What the fuck, dude? Bro. Don't mind the details here, chat. God, dude. That's fucked. That is so fucked. I don't use her a lot, so. Man, the CGI on that is not great. Oh, that was easy. Remember when that used to be her skill line, chat? Good times. I actually missed that. You just start screaming at the enemy 3 times in a row. It's great. Yeah, Edmund's sprite work is a little odd with the edgy stance. Wow, I think cool is actually low. I'm not sure, but oof. You can tell they were cowards with this though, because none of the ratings are like bad or like, you know, disaster, right? Like they should have done that, like absolutely. Because like it's not really believable that, you know, her like opinion is so narrow, right? All right, skill. She only needs 1 rank, and I can't do it because of skill gems. Fantastic. Yeah, she doesn't care if you don't have shoes, except for that one person. There was one person that they rated anyway. I think it was the elephant. But yeah, there should definitely be some negative ones. Like, there's just no variety in it, the way they did it. They don't want to, like, offend anybody, which is, like, who cares? Like, why? Let's say your favorite character is, you know, Bob, and then Sith doesn't like Bob's drip. I mean, who cares? That should just lower your opinion of Sith, right? Why would you care? It's just a game, right? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's kind of fun to know, like, what characters like and don't like on each other and whatnot, right? The characters, like, don't get along is okay. You don't have, like, every character liking everyone makes no sense. Archer's good here. Trying to save Gilgamesh. We'll do that. Sorry, red hair. Bad times. Hey, I'm not hating on Bob. Don't look at me. Oh, hi, David. Boy, what the hell is the theme with this one? I mean, they're all guys, but that's a pretty loose connection here. Guy from Spain, guy from Rome. I wouldn't really call David or Caesar a scammer, though. And Columbus isn't exactly a scammer, he's just evil. And David's not well, I guess he had the one thieving moment, but... Capitalism, I kinda, I guess. Not much of a connection there, though. And like, sure, Caesar likes money, but that's not much of a character trait for him in FGO. And there's other characters that are way more money-driven than he is. Like, way more so. Like, I think they'd pick different people if that's what they were trying to go for. I wish I could see the names, because that would probably give you a hint as to what their angle is here. The theme is they all need more prominent and better roles in the story. Actually, true. All right, let's see here. That's a cool animation. Romulus animation update, anyone? How does Columbus walk with those things on his shoulders? Well, you know, anime. I mean, honestly, that's not the most crazy thing, like, ornament-wise that people have had. Like, you could walk with this. It'd be annoying, but you could walk with this. It would not stop you. It would be very annoying, though. But there is much worse out there in FGO. I mean, Romulus's, like, stage 3 weapon is a pretty out there one. Actually, I should have been attacking him. Oh god, and David has sure hit. I can attack David on the NP turn. Gotta make sure I get my NP. I mean, I'd get it from being attacked, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, when she's got her 3rd skill up, it's not even that bad of NP gain, so... Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Italian, but I think he worked with Spain to go to you know, discover the new land and all that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like Italian in terms of ethnicity. I mean, wait a minute, chat. Wait a minute. Everyone is wrong. I'm wrong. You're wrong. They're all Roman. What the fuck? We even had Romulus here. What the hell are we talking about? We lost our minds. We lost the plot, chat. All right. I don't think we quit quick, even though I got quick up. Although they have crit chance, but that is 70. I mean, David's gotta die or we literally die right here. So I think we rainbow. Oh. What? Also, why did David have a voice line there? What? He had like a retreat voice line. I'm confused. Huh. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of everyone's loyalty, their ethnicity, and so on and so forth. So I mean, in reality, they're all just Roman anyway. So you don't have to worry about it. Wait, why is Caesar the only person with shoes that doesn't get rated? And it gets the triple dot, which implies negative, right? So that's like the one thing that's so out of all, I don't think I've seen anyone get a potentially bad rating except for Caesar. That's the first person like any shade has been thrown at here. I wonder why. That color is a crime? I don't think the color is a problem. I think the color is fine. I will say they are kind of like the big like low shoes, right? Like low cut shoes, whatever you call them. I don't know what the proper name is, you know? Like that does look really weird with the rest of his drip. So, but still. Yeah, that's not the one I would have thought would have gotten singled out like that. I doubt she rates all the Roman stuff lowly, but that would be funny if they did. But they almost never think about that kind of stuff. So, I highly doubt that. Alright, we need a Saber. Try to save Gwaine. So, Artoria it is. I mean, the thing is, the event being around shoes makes complete sense if it's about Sith, which it is, kind of. But the real question is, why is it about Sith when it's the Medusa event, is my point. Like, it's not hard to figure out, right? I mean, Sith has always been, like, crazy about shoes. And then Sith is featured really heavily in this event, and she's kind of, like, the driving force behind it. So that's why it's about shoes. But I'm just like, why did they do this for the, like, Medusa event? I don't really get it. Like, I don't think people would be so question mark about this event if, like, the poster, you know, like the poster girl, if you will, of the event was Sith, right? Instead of Medusa, right? When you logged in at Sith's face there on the banner and stuff, then I think everyone would get it. Well, actually, probably not everyone would get it because I don't think everyone realizes Sith is shoe obsessed, even though it's pretty obvious. I mean, literally look at the background of her Ascension art, like, Jesus Christ. But anyway, yeah, then I think it'd be more obvious. But yeah, I don't know why they randomly did this for the event here. I am starting to be a believer in the dartboard theory. I'm not talking about being who's rated up. I'm talking about the actual event, like the. You know, like, and first off, Medusa is in the event more than Sith is, like, hands down. Sith has only been in, like, 2 scenes. It's just she is, you know, like, the driving force behind it. But she's literally only been in, like, 2 or 3 scenes, where Medusa's been in almost every single one. But, you know, Medusa's on the login. She's on the event banner that shows up. And I don't mean the rolling banner. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, literally the event icon on the map. or on the menu and all that. Like, and Medusa is in this event way more than Sith is. Like, you would think they would have done this for an event that's truly about Sith instead of just making Sith like this random, you know, driving force for the event, but then not really being in it. It's just really... Like, again, if they want to do some silly joke event like this, it's no, like, wackier than, like, the dog event where there were dogs everywhere. But it's like, why this one, right? Instead of, like, just a random one they make up. This is kind of strange. Like, normally when they do some whack event, you know, it's for, like, a brand new character, and, like, the wackiness is about that character. Like, the dog event where there were dogs everywhere, it's because the random character they spawned out of the ether, right, was, like, dog-related, right? So that's why they did it, right? So if they had a reason to focus on Sith, or they just wanted to make a Sith event, or, like, if there was another character that was added that was obsessed with shoes, and Sith was, like, the antagonist there, or whatever, you know, then sure, then it makes sense, right? And they do stuff like that all the time. But, like, here, there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, because this really isn't like what they normally do. It is super fucking random. Did we kill them all? Absolutely. Sorry, Karna. It's NP1, by the way. Others are normally good. All lowly rated. Oh, so Medusa can look people in the eyes. What the fuck are you talking about? What the glasses do. It's like literally always been a thing. You know what's funny? Is that a dog event? They gave Izo a bonus because people say he looks like a dog. They did not make Ku a bonus servant. They didn't even bring that up. Avenger yet again. Ku hasn't been a bonus servant in a while, actually. He used to be a bonus servant in Gura Gura a lot, but a lot of the recent ones he hasn't been, even when he's been in the stories. It's actually kind of weird. I cannot believe Ku has not gotten the Hawaiian shirt yet, though. It's unreal, man. I don't know what's happening. I don't think Sith would throw shoes at people because that would damage the shoes, right? I'm pretty sure she would rather throw a person as a weapon more so than the shoes, so. What the hell is the theme here? I got nothing. They're British. Is she British? Actually, she might be British, actually. She's a modern person, but I think she might be British. I'm not sure though. Is she? I don't know. But like she might be. That'd be the only thing I can think of. No, she's Japanese. Like I have no idea. Then yeah, I don't know. Like these two make sense, but I have no idea what the fuck the theme is here. Why do these hands keep happening? So she's the main enemy. She's higher level and she's got more HP. And as an Avenger, they normally give Avengers less HP proportional to their station, but she's like clearly a higher like tier enemy here. And then Boudica's the lowest. Big oof. Let's see. I don't think we'd get one shot, right? Who do we NP? I mean, the Avenger probably hits the hardest. They're hinting at Summer Boudica this year. Yeah, right. I mean, you know what? If they add Summer Boudica, you probably are right, because these are both summer units, and the summer event is soon. It's this event anniversary than summer generally, something like that. So in a few months or so, we'll find out. If you're right, I'll remember that. But I don't think that's it. I think that's just copium. But I mean, you never know. It's certainly a requested thing. That would actually suck if they did Avenger Boudica for summer. They should just add Avenger Boudica, like, as a normal fucking character, for God's sake. Actually, Boudica has shown up in summer events a lot, and she's got summer, like, CEs and stuff. It's just she doesn't get a playable or costume or any of that. 107, not too bad for neutral. Especially when we only had the Mystic Code buff. That's a pretty cool animation. I don't think I've seen that animation before. I think it's because it's like an opening animation for a card you don't use much. But she throws like a magic thing at you, then it turns into the dog. Like, what the fuck? Guess the dog is fine, though. That was pretty bizarre. Gareth is about to get it. And by it, I mean a giant tree to the face. I really would have liked to crit there, just for satisfaction, but... Big Bad Bond 1. Man, it's crazy. Plants vs. Zombies 1 was just like a joy to play from start to finish, right? It was just a great experience. And then it had all these like great flavor. Like when you go to the achievement UI, you can scroll down and they have all like that stuff in the dirt and stuff. Like it's just crazy. So much like love in that game. Why is this one not rated? This must be her not approving because it's like so vanilla. That must be what it is. So I guess she does rate some shoes poorly in this event, just not very many. It's pretty much, I think, just been Caesar and Boudica. I guess they're just too normal or something. I don't know. Caesar's wasn't that normal. I don't know why that one was rated poorly. Rip Boudica, though. Why was Columbus like a ghost talking to Charlotte? That's a pretty strange duo there. $200 of these. Not much of a reward at this point, considering how many of those I've already got, but for new players, it's good. But I will remind everyone, you have to beat Lost Belt 6 to get here, so why the hell would you need those at that point? Like, you get those for beating main stories, and also just doing stages every day. So by the time you beat Lost Belt 6 and you do this event, those are so fucking pointless. It'd only be good if they added, like, every welfare in the game at the same time, so you might have, like, a backlog that you wanted to work towards. But they did not do that, so I have absolutely no idea. What am I fighting? Lancer Assassin. I would like to use him because he's cool, but he has no survival skill, so he might actually die. Oh yeah, we have Limbo. We'll use Masashi. Keep saving Gwen. Chat, I really would like them to add Green Knight. Although, I tell you what, I actually don't want them to add him right now. Like, if I could choose, I would wait a while, because I think FGO is in a really bad spot right now, and I'm hoping, they get their shit together. Now, they might not. The game might just be shit from now on. But, they've been really struggling with, like, quality and hiring and just quality. They're really struggling with that kind of stuff. So, I'd rather Green Knight get added later when things are more stable. All right, what are we doing here? Not exactly a good opening hand, but whenever the ever. Let's see, Serenity is neutral and then in T's and 3 turns and has insta-death, so she's definitely going to die first. Yeah, thankfully Hans got his animation update during an era where they weren't being so lazy, so it turned out pretty well. Where let's say they did, like Mozart right now, it's actually pretty likely to suck and not be very inspired, because Hans's was pretty inspired. They put a lot of effort into it. And that's what I would want for a lot of the other characters, so. Same for like Billy. I don't want Billy to get an animation update right now, because it'll probably suck. But I would just like animation updates to return though, like, oh my god, it's pretty lame that they haven't done them. I don't really need this first skill, but I'm gonna do it just for the like massive Stargen and stuff. I'm actually gonna do quick last, because I'll do art last. Although that's probably not needed when I think about it. Yeah, it wasn't really needed. Could have made a few more stars. So, I will give the Lolly Dragon one thing, which at least makes me like her at least somewhat. She is a giant mecha nerd, which actually makes a degree of sense, like, with her being kind of like a mecha dragon and all that. But yeah, she's a giant mecha nerd, and I think she just likes like machines and like jet fighters and all that kind of stuff. So she at least gets some points for that. But still not my cup of tea. Do that. Yeah, the roundtable animation updates were pretty good. That was a while ago. That was quite a while ago now. Let's see, I think I made a video when they made those. Let me look. I want to see exactly when that was. Did I make an animation update video? I did. Oh my god, it was over 2 years ago. Wow. Yeah, it was May 12th. 2001. So yeah, that was a while ago. Gawain is up there. I really like his animation update. I especially liked it because it's one of the few times that instead of using like 3D particle effects, they actually drew the flames. Right now, some of the flame effects are particle stuff, but a lot of them are drawn, and it looks so much better because of that. Like when you do a skill, like the background flames and stuff are actually drawn, and they just look way better because of that. They've done that a few times, but they don't do it often. It's really rare they do stuff like that, but it just looks so much better, like Jesus Christ. I do like Lancelot's a lot. I like Karna's, Lancelot's, Gwain's, those are all good. Yeah, the NP line change I wasn't crazy about, but, I just edit that in videos and all as well. Tesla's animation update was really good too, though. Now, obviously, it was low effort. It was actually very low effort in terms of, like, sprite. He has, like, no sprite customization, right? He doesn't, like... You don't have his arms and legs from different angles and stuff, right? He barely has anything. But just due to the way Tesla makes sense the way he would fight, it's fine, right? They can get away with it. But yeah, his look really good. Caligula's was really good. Yeah, I like Caligula. That one shocked me. I remember when that came out, I stayed up really late. That one truly surprised me, because Caligula, before that, because he's actually decently popular now, but it's because of his animation update and the voice acting update. Like that's why he's popular. But before that, he was very unpopular. No, and he wasn't even hated. He was just like nobody. No one really cared. And then like the Boudica one came with it, and that one was really bad. That one was really phoned in. It's kind of what you would expect out of an animation update today, where it's like super phoned in and like there's like no sprite customization going on and stuff. So I was just expecting Caligula's to be really phoned in as well, but then it was just like amazing, and it really good voice acting, you know, added on, and what particle effects are there look really good and stuff. And I just, that was so surprising to me, because they don't do a lot of animation updates for the bronzes anyway, let alone, you know, making them good like that. Yeah, dude, if I would love for Gilles de Reyes to get, I want everyone to get an animation update like Ushi and Caligula got. Those are like the two best animation updates I can think of. Their sprites look fucking perfect, right, for what they're representing, right? They nailed it. The voice acting additions were just a positive, right? They didn't like take anything away, and they added good voice lines. And then the animations look really, 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 really good and very fitting for the character, and they're really like flushing them out, right? It's nice to see, like, we really didn't know how Caligula fought until that animation update, right? And it's really satisfying to see that. It feels like they really expanded and like grew the characters, right, with Ushi and Caligula, right? I wish everyone got that, right? Like, everyone deserves that, especially the bronzes and stuff, like a lot of the day one characters, and they just don't get anything. And like finally getting, because the nice thing about Caligula is like he got his moment in the spotlight finally, and it kind of like lasts forever. You know, he just forever now has these awesome animations, and he feels like a real unique thing about the game. Like if someone gets into FGO at any time and they see Caligula, there's a chance they're gonna be like, oh wow, I really like that one. Even though he's an older character that's a bronze, right? He really can stand out regardless. And everyone deserves that fucking chance, right? Another one that I think got a really good animation update was Lu Bu, actually. I think his was pretty good. Holy shit, his NP is so much better than it was. Even though it's kind of lazy because they copy-pasted Arthur's. But like the sound effect, it's like seriously, the sound effect they added to Lu Bu's NP, it just makes the whole thing, right? It's so good. But yeah, they were actually super lazy with it, but it looks good regardless. Oh my god, I remember when you had like Ushi Avenger, or yeah, Ushi Alter, whatever you want to call her, but you had that, and then you still had regular Ushi. Oh my god, like you could fight the, you know, enemy Avenger Ushi during 5.5, and you could use your Ushi, and yeah, it didn't look so good. Yeah, they've done some welfare animation updates. I don't know if they've done like full-on ones, but like Shiki got like a minor animation update. And actually, it is noticeable. Like her sprite and stuff, it did get touched up a good amount. It does look a lot better. And I think there might be one other one that I'm forgetting that might have gotten some attention. Oh my god, yeah, I remember Atalante. That one was, I remember that was like a thing on Reddit where you had like a picture of, oh my god, because like Atalante had like the droopy ears and stuff originally before the animation update. It was so bad. Yeah, that one is that one's yikes. Archer Jeanne d'Arc or whatever, and her ruler version, it's not quite the same because like her hairstyle and everything is so different. They're not like easily comparable, right? It's like harder to tell. But yeah, obviously she needs an animation update. There's still so many characters that need animation updates. And this is what happens when you stop doing them, though. It's like you just fall behind. Like, we could be almost done by now, but nope. Man, you know, if they ever bring them back, people are gonna be so hyped, though. I mean, I would be. You know, it's so stupid, though, that that'd make people happy and hype when it's just giving back something they never should have taken away. But, you know, what are you gonna do? I really don't want them focusing on OGs or waifus of the week. What I'd rather they focus on is just things that they're inspired to do, right? So, you know, I don't want them to force adding a new character. And then also, I want them to add a lot of the already established characters that are interesting characters and are canonical servants and all that. I'd rather they add those. Like, there's no reason we can't have Shimbata, right? And Maxwell's Demon, and the list just goes on and on. Agravain, right? There's so many. So I'd rather they add a lot of the NPCs that really deserve to get in, obviously. And then I just want them to add stuff that they're inspired to do. And if they don't have a good idea, if they don't have like an artist that's got an idea, or they're not inspired or whatever, just don't do it. Just add a costume instead. Sell a costume for 10 bucks or something, right? You don't have to always add a new character. That kind of bloat is really bad for not just the game, but like the Fate universe in general. You don't, because once they make like Cleopatra, if she's not inspired, now you just are stuck with Cleopatra in the Fate universe like that forever, right? Like that sucks. Okay, 3 turns on that one. I think we murder her then. Nice fucking hand though. God damn it, game. Team Big Chest? Yeah, that might be it. I don't know. I can't think of a lot in common with these. I think they were in a story segment, so it could be something with that. It's always awkward when Ozzy gets his NP and you didn't use the battery, so then you have to kind of figure out what you want to do about the buff success chance. That's not normally an issue in a team because you can cast the NP charge like on turn 1 a lot of the time. But in solos, it doesn't really work that way. Well, I guess we're going to smack and then NP and then do another normal card. I don't know if I actually need that attack up. I shouldn't have done that either. I didn't have the buff yet. Yeah, I should not have done that. That was a mistake. I need to do 5,000 damage. Probably a Buster Chain. You know, I'll at least give Zenobia this. Her event challenge quest was decently fun. It was in like that nice middle ground of difficulty, where sure, it's not going to be as satisfying to beat it like when you beat Fluffy or something, but it also meant you could do the challenge quest in a bunch of different ways and play with different units and solo and then do like, you know, different buff stacking setups and stuff. And that was nice. That was actually, I wish like there were fights like the Zenobia challenge quest just available in the game all of the time, right? Like that's a great stage to just go to mess around and like test out a new unit. Like if they added a new Lancer, you could go do the Zenobia challenge quest. That'd be really, really, really nice. So yeah, it really sucks though that they've made a lot of fun boss fights like that, and then almost none of them are replayable. So wow, we still didn't land the buffs because I didn't level up my skills. Although to be honest, I don't think we're gonna need it. 20, 30, 50. Yeah, permanent content, what a concept. Orbital airstrike. He actually has that canonically. Big laser beam like that. She's already dead. Yeah, we did kill her pretty quick there. Yeah, Ozzy's got some pretty wild powers. He's kind of like Alexander the Great, where most characters could not possibly defeat him. Like, it's just completely impossible. Like, you basically have to have Divinity or some crazy hacks in P to even like play ball. You can't even fight him unless you've got Divinity. And there are some exceptions. There are some people that can fight him without Divinity, but not very many. And then his Sphinxes are stronger than most individual servants. Now, not all. Like, they're stronger than like a typical like normie servant. They're obviously not on par with like top tier servants, and like a lot of really strong NPs can just melt them and stuff. But they're really scary. The big thing is Ozzy is a mortal inside of his reality marble. Now, granted, there are servants that don't have divinity that have ways to destroy a reality marble, right? Like a reality marble is, they're kind of a crutch. Like they're not the most reliable things, but if he's in his reality marble, he's just immortal unless you kill like all the Sphinx guardians. And you're not allowed, you can't use your NP inside of his reality marble unless you have divinity. Now, there are some exceptions, like there are some people that have ways to like block that or stop that. And like there's the Philosopher's Stone, I'm pretty sure undoes that ability and things like that. So there, you know, it's not like a universal 100% thing, you must have divinity, but most people won't be able to use their NPs without their divinity. And if they don't have their NP, they don't have a way of killing the Sphinxes, right? Like the Sphinxes are very susceptible to like getting nuked by a big NP and all that. And although the Sphinxes are very capable at fighting, they don't have like a super attack themselves. So like most servant NPs will kill them, but like if you can't use your NP, you know, it's no good. Who's the most average servant? I always say like Boudica. I think if you look at Boudica's character material book, I think that represents the kind of typical servant, you know, unexceptional servant. You know, not super weak, not like, you know, Matahari or Angra, right? But, you know, just kind of, you know, would obviously beat the shit out of a Magus, right? Like Boudica could murder a mod and Magus very easily, but she's kind of just okay. You know, she's got like an okay NP and okay stats, but there's nothing like exceptional. I'd say Phantom is kind of in the same boat as just being kind of a normal servant, because there's, you know, there's countless servants that we'll never see canonically, right? That are just kind of like the same popularity as something like Boudica or whatever. And I would imagine a lot of those servants we'll never see are going to be around her power level range. Yeah, Ricky Boy is pretty... I'd say he's maybe a little bit better than Boudica. Kind of depends, but yeah, he's around that same power range, I would say. Actually, Phantom's pretty decent. He's not really on the low end. He's on the low end gameplay-wise, but actually lore-wise, he's fine. He's actually got some pretty nice abilities and stuff. You know, he's got... You know, he does have great stats and things like that. He's not perfect by any means, but he does have some tricky stuff. If anything, I would say Phantom is probably a bit scarier than Boudica for most servants. Actually, I would say Billy's not really average at all. Billy's very bizarre. Billy's one of those like really he's like a mushroom in a paper, rock, scissors game. I'd say he's like one of the worst examples of an average servant because there's really nothing average about him. He's got way below average stats. So on that side, he's negative. But then his NP's insane and is like super whack. So yeah, he's kind of like Kojiro. He's definitely better than Kojiro, I have to say, just because like Kojiro's not a proper servant or a proper heroic spirit. Because Billy, again, stats, nah, but he's got the best aim out of all servants they've ever described, and they're very clear about that in his character material book. He's got the best aim, just period. And then his NP is basically like Kojiro's, except ranged. And he can do it really fast, just out of the blue with no prep. It takes basically no mana. You know, it's like 3 shots that just happen instantly, like out of nowhere. Again, that's really scary. Now, what it's weak to is if you're tanky. That's the thing, because if you have like you're like, you know, in Kidu or something, you can probably just survive it that way. But he can gank people extremely well because of that. And then his NP comes with like this, like, if you read the character material for it, it's kind of whack. They never ever show this in game at all, but he's got one, just presence of mind, right, which makes you very aware of your surroundings and all that kind of stuff. But then his NP comes with this ability where like his perception of time slows down, and it says he can dodge anything, be it a sniper gank, right, like an archer trying to gank him with a sniper bolt from really far away, or like a saber, you know, slashing at him or whatever. If it's physically possible for him to dodge it, he will dodge it. So that's really powerful. He's got a really, really powerful defensive ability like that. And he'll know when to use it in advance because of presence of mind, right? So like that's very, very good. And he's got the best aim in Fate, and then he's got a spammable, crazy fast NP that does quite a bit of damage because it's like C triple plus or whatever, and is like almost impossible to avoid and whatnot. But that's really strong. Now, it's not perfect. He's no Gilgamesh. There's plenty of holes in his kit because like what if the enemy, you know, is outrageously tanky, right? And you can't kill them with your gank. Stuff like that. What if they do this? What if the enemy's got a giant nuke NP that you can't evade? Because it says that in the character material book. If it's like, you know, if he can't physically evade it, it won't work, right? It has to be like reasonable for him to be able to dodge it. So like, but they're kind of implying there's a giant explosion or something he can't dodge. So yeah, he's not like some super top tier servant, but he's really good. So yeah, someone said he's like specialized. I think that's a good way of putting it. So like he's very scary. Like if I was in a Grail War and there's no plot armor, right? None of that. And like I know Billy the Kid's out there, I'd be worried as fuck because I might get my head blown off out of nowhere with like no warning, right? That's pretty scary. So yeah, I wouldn't be very happy about that. But I wouldn't be as worried as if like, you know, fucking Enkidu was running around or something like that. Well, if his gang doesn't work, you're not completely done because Billy still has like the super good evasion, and he's very, very skillful with his gun and everything. So it's not like you have to be able to one-shot them, and also you can shoot them multiple times because his NP basically takes no mana because it says it's a feat being done by his own skill mostly, kind of like how Kojiro does like the universe hack thing. That's basically what Billy's doing, so it doesn't really take any mana. The mana presumably is just like the mana reinforcing the bullet to make the bullet do more damage, and that's like all the mana that's actually needed. So it's like, actually I think it says it's one of the lowest cost NPs like ever, like a crazy low mana cost. But so yeah, I wouldn't call him average, but I wouldn't call him like top tier either. Like he's a weird you know, side thing. Honestly, Bedivere is pretty average, I would say. Like if he's motivated and he's got like, you know, brains and everything, but like his stats and NP and everything, they're good, but you know, most servants have a good NP. That's the thing. Generally their trump card does do something of note, right? But so like lore wise, I'd say Bedivere is pretty average. I mean, I'd say a little bit above average, not like way above average, but I would say he's a bit above average. But you know, he's way weaker than the other knights of the round for the most part. Well, that Bedivere also never died, so... But yeah, that whole plot bit was kind of strange. Trying to think what some other good examples are. And my alt account's not the best. Probably, Blackbard, actually. I have to look at what his NP does exactly, again, lore-wise. He's alright, though. He did have some pretty good skills off memory. I tell you who's not average, St. George. He's fucking insane. Like, my god, he has so many NPs and all of them are really good. He's got pretty decent stats, really good defensive options and like passives and stuff. He's immune to just like charm and all that. He's crazy. All right, we are fighting Lancer Assassin. You know what? It's not like I'm gonna use him in a real boss fight. Liz is pretty average, I would say. Yeah, right now I'd say like Phantom, Boudica, Liz, those are good examples. So Caster Gilles de Reyes is another one that's kind of like Billy, where there's not... What on earth is the theme on this one? This might just be random. Some of these stages, I think they just kind of throw whatever because they didn't know what to do with them. Like, what the fuck? I can't think of anything here. They all like stabbing. I mean, I don't think Summer melts all that into stabbing, really. Yeah, I don't know. But yes, Gilles de Reyes. So as a caster, he's pretty crap. Right, he's actually way below average, right? He could actually lose to like a modern Magus potentially. He obviously has way higher strength though and like speed than they do, so he might be able to just kill them with that. But you know, he is not much of a Magus. But then his, you know, monsters that he can summon can be really, you know, awkward and hard to deal with and gank you out of nowhere. Then obviously his super monster is generally for the typical servant is unbeatable. Again, like Boudica could never beat Gilles de Reyes' monster. No way. You could summon 10 Boudicas and they have no chance. I don't know if she's got a B rank, a B plus rank, I think. Like mini Excalibur type, like, you know, saber laser from a sword. So if you had 10 of them all shoot it at like roughly the same spot, you could definitely kill Gilles de Reyes, so the cord would be gone, then the monster would regenerate, and then probably kill all the Boudicas. But then it would run out of mana and eventually fade away. So because they could result in it being defeated, but they couldn't directly kill it, right? But yeah, like a one Boudica would have no fucking chance. That's not gonna happen. Let's see. Geronimo's pretty good lore-wise. They actually do normally treat him pretty... They didn't treat him well in America, but they didn't really treat anything well in America. Like, America, they didn't respect anyone's lore abilities. They basically didn't exist. Like, even though Billy can dodge anything, he got just generically shot by Arjuna and dies out of nowhere with no explanation, right? Just stupid shit like that everywhere. But a lot of the interludes and story bits that Geronimo shows up in, they generally show him as being pretty capable. And so if you read his character material book, the wolf in his final ascension, he can actually just summon, and it's like a phantasma guardian beast or whatever, and it can just hang out all the time. And they don't go into great detail about how strong it is, but I think it's implied to be pretty strong. And if you fight it and Geronimo together, it's actually pretty hard to deal with. Yeah, I think it is a coyote, actually. But anyway, yeah, he gets something like that guardian beast. He's got like a lot of but he's got a lot of unique abilities that they've actually really never explained because they've never explored this part of the story. It's actually sad because Fate Strange Fake could, but they haven't up to this point, really. Because, you know, he's Native American. That's not really an area of Fate that they've ever touched on, but they've pretty much said that like the Native Americans had like, because they're not connected to the Mage Association or any of that, right? They were, you know, completely foreign to the rest of the world for a, you know, really long time. So they have like, but they had like their own magic. They came up with their own like shamanistic, you know, magic systems and stuff that are completely different than all other magic and Fate, right? They're just completely on their own, doing their own thing with their own kind of like magecraft. But they don't really go into it a lot. It's kind of just Geronimo's got it. It's a thing, and yeah, he can summon a guardian beast, but they just don't give it a lot of detail, which sucks because yeah, Geronimo's awesome. It just sucks because Japan doesn't care about like Native Americans and stuff. That's like it's just not something they give two shits about. So he doesn't really get any attention, which I think is such a shame because he's so unique. And I think Native American culture is awesome, so I would have liked to have seen that in Faith. But yeah, they just haven't gone too into detail. They don't really have him fight a lot in interludes and stuff. They don't do that much. Yeah, Nightingale's lore abilities are kind of bleh. Everyone's like, oh, but she can deactivate people's NPs, but then she can't do anything because she doesn't have an NP to like kill them with. And also, there's a lot of ways to resist that. There's lots of servants that have ways of resisting that. And then she's like really susceptible to getting ganked. She's absolutely like, and she's not a berserker that can like devastate people in like straight up combat. Like she's not weak in straight up combat at all. She's not weak at all, but she's not like Hercules, right? Where she can just dominate on the field of battle. Like generally, if she activates her NP, she's probably like just gonna die for it. Like it's not great. She doesn't really do anything all that awesome. I don't know, Nightingale and Sanson are really different. They obviously have the whole like human anatomy thing, but that's like all they have in common really. Cause like Sanson's got, you know, very on combat abilities, and he doesn't have terrible stats, but nothing great. And he's actually got really low presence concealment, which is really abnormal for an assassin. But then Sanson's NP is nuts. It's actually fucking crazy if you read the character material book for that thing. Like that thing could kill so many things that are stronger than him. He can punch up like really well. Where Nightingale doesn't have anything even remotely like that. She doesn't even have an offensive NP. So they're very uncomparable. Even though you think they would be because they both have you know, good knowledge of human anatomy and stuff. But yeah, they actually don't have too much in common. But yeah, Sanson's NP is so fucking bananas. What sucks is though, like if he ever shows up in a main story, they'll just plot armor it and have it not work because it could just gank so many things that are like main antagonists for a story or an event story or whatever. He could just instantly kill, and they're not going to allow that because that would run the story. So, you know, the power of the pen. What are you going to do though? So yeah, Nightingale's like a support servant. Not all support though. It's like wacky utility with like forcing servants not to use their NPs and stuff. And then she does have healing stuff. And then she's a decent like brawler, but she doesn't have like the tools to do it. Like she doesn't have a Noble Phantasm sword or something, right? So she can't like block, you know, like Excalibur. And I don't mean to blast Excalibur. I just mean like a swing for Excalibur. She doesn't have a weapon that could stop it, right? And that's kind of a problem. But yeah, if she's in a team, she'd be actually incredibly good. She's so much better in a team setting. If you had like, especially if you had smart masters that like would be tactical about where you used her NP and stuff, so you don't screw over your teammates and stuff, she could be very, very good. Also, especially if you had like an archer that had really long range stuff, because you could have her deactivates everyone's NPs and have your archer NP from really far away outside of its radius and NP into it, right? Like that stuff like that would be very powerful. So yeah, very good team player, but on her own, kind of nah. By the way, though, she still had the coolest bit in the Guadia like fight scene in the anime, when she threw hands. That was pretty good. All right, Melt needs to die. I think I do the attack up just to make sure she dies here. Rainbow chain, 25k with just quick art buster. We'll see. Yeah, well, you know, the Guadia bit didn't have Sanson in it. That was Lev. I don't remember how far away Billy can do his NP. I'm pretty sure they say he can do it from pretty damn far away, but I don't remember how far it goes. Because it's a pistol and not like a rifle, you would think it wouldn't have as good of range. Now, the servant guns have way better range than like actual guns, and same for bows and, you know, everything. But yeah, I don't remember how far it can actually go. It probably does go farther than Nightingale's range, though, I would think. And Billy would probably have his rifle if he was ever summoned as a gunner, but we'll probably never get to see that. This would have been a lot more interesting if Melt had more HP. Although, funnily enough, if I was one turn behind, we could lose because she has insta-death, and I have no guts or anything like that. So I probably should have killed her sooner. Although I could delay her NP again, so I'd actually have to be off by 2 turns for that to matter. You know, there's a slight chance I don't kill her here, but I think we got it. We got decent crit chances, we're counterclassing, we got the attack up. We got the flat damage up. We got the defense down. Yeah, okay, yeah, 58k. Unironically, Gilgamesh does have guns inside of Gate of Babylon. He's actually got nukes. I'm not kidding. Gilgamesh, and it is completely confirmed, like a completely canonical thing. Gilgamesh has nukes inside of Gate of Babylon. So, yeah, that's a thing. Yeah, imagine Gil just projects fires off the gun and it's like twirling at you or something instead of firing the projectiles out of it. The thing is, he doesn't have to use Gate that way. He can have like a sword like hover next to him and have it fire a laser beam if it's like an Excalibur type weapon. He can do that if he wants to. He just doesn't do that very often. He actually uses Gate in some of the most unique ways in Fate Stay Night. Now, not the anime. The anime just kind of went back to Fate Zero stuff. But in the visual novel, Gil does do a lot more unique stuff with Gate. Especially in the Fate route, because he wants to like show off to Artoria. So in the Fate route, he does some like unique stuff that he doesn't normally do. Or when he's fighting a lot of other people, he's just like, yeah, whatever, just throw swords at them. Yeah, I tell you, that Enkidu scene from Fate Strange Fake, that's some bullet hell. Dude, especially like near the end of it, they start shooting even more projectiles at the end of it, and if you actually like pause and look at some of those shots, there is an unbelievable amount of projectiles flying around there. So this is actually kind of crazy. Now, they copy-paste a lot of the projectiles because there's so many. Obviously, they're not going to like make a unique projectile for every single one of them. But I thought they would just spam swords just to be lazy in the anime. And one of the only times that Gil ever just spams swords is actually against Shiro, because he's wanting to use what Shiro can copy to beat him, right? Like that's the whole point. He wants the original to beat the copy. So he's just using blades in Unlimited Blade Works. But in other fights, like in the books and stuff, he normally will be shoot like random, axes and maces and weird things and whatnot. And if you actually look, against Enkidu, they did mix in a few things that weren't swords. Now, it's mostly swords, and there's a lot of copy-pasting going on. Like, you can see a spear, and you can see they copy-pasted the spear like 3 times, and stuff like that. But they did actually mix in a few things that weren't swords. So that was at least cool. Actually, Gil doesn't... Not everything in Gate is a Noble Phantasm. Now, obviously, a lot of them are, because a lot of those, a lot of items, worth a damn, became Noble Phantasms and stuff. But he actually gets things that are just things. Like, if you look how Gate works, he pretty much gets anything related to humanity. Even things after his reign. Like, things get added to Gate retroactively. But there's all kinds of like weird things in there that aren't Noble Phantasms. He has fucking food in Gate. Like I'm not kidding. He literally has food in Gate, and like wine and like he has anti-poison stuff and all. He's got this thing that can like cook Hydra meat so it doesn't kill you, and stuff like that. There's lots of just strange things that aren't NPs. Yeah, it's pretty much anything that's like item related. Does he have universal servant coins in Gate? Yeah, guys, we gotta raid Gil's Gate to get our fucking servant coins. Get the pitchforks, boys. Surely this will end well. Does he have story replay inside a Gate? Oh god. Okay, well, chat, I like how there's a beast class here, so it literally has to be Nero. There's no other option. I guess we'll use Medusa again though, because the short cooldown is good to take advantage of. Is she the only servant that got the cooldown reduction, or did they give it to other? Because a lot of the other servants that are relevant in this event, I don't have. Like Sith and Miss Crane and stuff, I don't have them, so I wouldn't know if they got the cooldown reduction or not. And I didn't check the wiki because, who gives a shit? Maybe it's Guadia. Yeah, I wish. Fuck, dude, I'm so annoyed. Like, we get fucking Nero as a beast before we get Guadia. It's just dumb, dude. Probably stage 3, because I don't remember, but doesn't the other Nero stages not have shoes? So they're probably going to use the one that has shoes. So I don't know how many months of nickels, but more nickels. That's a lot. Hey, yeah, it's stage 3. Yeah, I figured that's what they would do. All right. Is that voice line new? I mean, I don't use them very often, so I wouldn't really know, but I don't think I've ever heard it before. All right, let's see here. I think I just NP one of them, even though I don't have a Brave chain. Probably Kiara, because 3-turn NP. Seems logical to me. It's the only good stage. What, stage 3? Yeah, I would agree. Really don't like the other two. Well, bye, Kiara. That's right, we're an event servant, so... Hacks. All right. Well, that's a good hand. Boy, we're gonna have a fun turn for Nero here. This is so easy with an event servant. Like, your damage thresholds are so much higher that you can just one-shot these mini bosses really easily. Alright, easy kill. I should have done the crit damage up command code there. Not that it matters. So, that extra attack I think is the mother of monsters. I don't remember how to pronounce her name. But that's a very easily forgotten about character. Because she was only seen for like 2 seconds in Lost Belt 5. And you don't actually fight her. Knuckles, the echidna, yeah. Okay, this is an actual boss fight. Here we go. See if it's any good. Wait, I forgot to use the other one of these rooms that we unlocked. Whoops. I guess her, because she'll be back in 30 minutes. Pretty good. Alright, so the first one of these bosses on like the second half of the event was actually tough, right? It was like a real deal. And the second one was an absolute joke. So what will we see for the third one? That doesn't look good for the ship. Yeah, I'd imagine Nemo's pretty mad. So I'm guessing Sith is gonna remove all this stuff if we get pictures of all the shoes. I guess that's the, Well, that's interesting. What are they doing? Having mecha fights? Like, are they getting along, or like, I don't know why why would your servants even be fighting each other right now? Green and blue, though. Are they powering the engine? Like, what? Like, I don't get why your servants would ever, like, fight each other during, like, a scenario like this. It's not like these guys have been... I think they're the Chaldia servants, right? They're not the ones that are, like, summoned for the Singularity or whatever. It's a shame, poor Spendo is not a stage 3 there. Dude, I love this ascension for him, though. It looks so fucking good. One of my favorite designs in the game, actually. Huge fan. So are they like trying to get like the power running or something? Oh my god. Anytime he shows up, it's always good. I'm gonna have to look up a translation for this scene just because I want to see Shin Gong stuff. God, his My Room lines are just the best. Man, you actually almost never see them together, which makes no sense. That's actually awesome. Why can't we have like a serious event with this, dude? This deserves like a more serious setting, for fuck's sakes, dude. Like, this is way too good to just have it such a throwaway scene like this. God, Chin's got like the best My Room lines though. It's fantastic. Got that crazy hair too. Did Nemo just bonk Chin Gong? That's a crime against humanity right there. Fucking Miss Crane's mask looking like shoes is so ridiculous. Where do they come up with this nonsense? This is definitely a long scene, though. Sacrifices are necessary. Dude, I remember Poi saying that in EDF, and it's like such a thing now. Like, we say it on the stream, and me and Cairo will say it in other games and stuff, like, all the time. You know nothing about fashion? Actually, true. Chad, I wear, like, a green t-shirt and, like, khakis, like, all the time. I have, like, 7 or 8 green t-shirts. I do not put a lot of effort into fashion. I don't have a problem with people that do. It's just like, you know, if your hobby is building models, that's great. You know, if you like fashion, that's fine, right? You're not hurting anybody, it's no problem. But yeah, it's not really my scene. Alright, well, I guess we're fighting Chen, Lu Bu, and Tomomoto, I guess. We could use Horse Bindo if I still have him. So he'll probably get murdered if it's solo, but we can at least see what the stage is about. We're low on taunts. I don't have a green suit, no. I have a green tie, if that counts for anything. Also got a black and green Hawaiian shirt, which is probably my favorite shirt that I have. I do have 2 green blankets, if that counts. I do have 2 green blankets. No Lu Bu, I guess. Actually, no, I guess there's 2 berserkers. Probably both. Okay, double invulnerability for some reason. Looks like invulnerability, like extra attacks or something. Well, we have Pierce. Just gotta get a good turn for it. He NPs in 3 turns. That's not great. Man, I wish my blood was green. That would be awesome. My blood, though, is blue like everyone else's. Everyone thinks it's red, but your blood is actually blue. Well, actually, it's more like I think it's your veins are blue or whatever. I know that then it changes when you get, like, oxygen touches it. I know it's like, it's a whole thing. But obviously, when it's exposed to oxygen, your blood's red. You know, blue blood, that's a different thing, though. No, literally, it's if you look at your veins, it's blue. But I think it's part of like the veins are blue more so than like the blood cells. It's like something about like the inside of the veins or something is what looks blue. I forget the exact details of how it all works. Hmm. 98%. I guess I do Art BB just to get my... Wait a minute. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's something to do with your veins that make it look blue. I don't remember the details though, if it's like the skin or like just what's actually in the vein or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember the details of all that. I guess I just BBB. This is bad though. Unless I like one-shot him, we're kind of screwed here. Okay, I guess he's like invulnerable to everything but extra attacks. That's kind of what that seems like. Okay, well, I have to do that. I'm trying to think if I should evade right now, so it comes back later, maybe. I'm thinking no. We just need to do a lot of fucking damage here. I think we do the attack up here. Let's try target switching. We really need them both to die right here. Yeah, I remember, either someone told me or I read about it that it's like your veins that are blue or something like that, but I can't remember the details of it. But yeah, that's why it looks blue. But yeah, I don't know what the... Damn it, we didn't kill Tamamoto. Oh, that's bad. Wow, he's gonna one-turn us. It's Berserker life, dude. That sucks. I like how Chad just keeps saying that your blood is red when that's not what I'm asking. Alright, well, we could bring a Pierce Invulnerability CE, but that's kinda boring, because that makes this stuff a lot easier. But if you don't have a lot of characters that actually have Pierce Invulnerability, you don't really have any options here. I do wonder, though, if your extra attack gets through. If there's extra in the text. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do Pierce Invulnerability. There's just no way. I guess I could do command codes, but... Do I have... What's it called? Decapitating Bunny, or whatever? That would be a very good one here. That was a freebie, but, I'm not sure I did that event. Oh, no, there it is. I should level that a little bit. 1 second. I need to do command codes anyway. Now see, the bunny is the one decapitating. That's what it means. By the way, I'm pretty sure that craft essence is why they gave Shiki bunny ears as a costume at one time. You know, it wouldn't shock me if it is a Monty Python reference. They've actually referenced that several times. God, this UI just runs everything. What do? Well, if we're gonna have Pierce Invulnerability on our own, we don't need that. I could maybe do heal boost. Oh yeah, they absolutely referenced it in Summer 4. I remember that. And it just like in the voice lines of Ruler Artoria. Okay, heal boost. Actually, let's go... Actually, let's go heal on... I was gonna put on Buster, but let's put heal on Art. That way, you have, like, the option to not use it really easily if you need to avoid it. How's this tower compared to other ones? So far, eh. I mean, that Kodamine floor was alright. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of stupid, but then it's kind of interesting. You know, it had some weird stuff going on. It was harder than the average floor boss, though, but so far, nothing crazy. I would say, like, the prior one, the Galatea one, it was harder by now. But we'll see. This floor boss might be alright. We'll see how it goes. God, I love how you can't even look at your other command codes. Like, look at that. It's just, the fact that you have to go into a screen like this is just so stupid. Like, your cards should be up here, and then the command codes should all be right here, right? And then you click and drag them into the sockets. That'd be a million times faster. And then also, you know, if you're looking at this art card, you could see what's equipped to the other art cards, so it's easier to like make like a plan. It's just so fucking bad, dude. Lu Bu has attack up and defense up. I'll go with that then. Now, if there's like a gimmick with like stun or whatever, big problem. I could do this just to be safe. It's NP Seal, Skill Seal. I'm gonna do that just to be safe. I don't know if there is gonna be a stun here, but you never know. Da Vinci, shut your mouth. Jesus Christ, we got a lot of those. Although I guess it is the 3 stars, so it's not that hard to get. My main really struggled. Now, my main didn't roll the Gasha any, but my main used an outrageous amount of FP, and I barely limit broke one. That was pretty annoying. Although I haven't even used it yet, but I'll probably use it for the challenge quest or something. Fuck, my earbud is stuck in my, okay, hold on, chat. I gotta take my mic off for a second. My earbud is, like, entangled in the microphone. Okay, there we go. Had to do a precise movement there. Alright, we need Decapitating Bunny. Must be set 3 stars. Level 15. Yeah, I would say this Pearson Vulnerability one, and then Yang CE, but we're not gonna count that. But this one, and then the starting NP one that you can get from the Rare Prism shop. Also, it was a freebie. Yeah, this one. They're the best Pearson Vulnerability ones. Now, the Yang CE is actually the best one, but that one's this one's pretty good too, though. It's like Buster Up and Pierce. Why can't I find this? What the hell? Well, there's like a million level 15 CEs, so that doesn't help. Was it not level 15? Why is it so annoying to find anything in this game? And it's because there's way too much bloat. Like, the bloat in this game is just unreal. I mean, seriously, look at this. Like, it's just ridiculous. There it is. I don't know why it wasn't showing up. What to do here? I don't even remember what this one does, but I don't think it's very good. There's not that many 3-star CEs that are that good. Oh, y'all can't see the screen at all. You didn't miss anything. I think like some smart sort shit might be on. Yep, that's why it wasn't showing up. It's because it's equipped to someone in a party, so it was smart sorting and putting it somewhere else instead of with the level 15s. That's why I couldn't find it. I hate that that sort is on by default. It causes so many problems, especially with ult accounts. Yeah, the UI segments are the real boss fights. You know, if they ever do something with K and K again, they probably will add Toko then. She's actually referenced in Fate Strange Fake, by the way. This isn't much of a spoiler, so it's not a big deal. But if you want absolutely no spoilers, you could mute the stream. But this is not really a spoiler. But she's not in it, but she's mentioned. So there's a character. I guess I won't go into detail about this. But there's a character that can like reincarnate when they're killed, essentially. And that character insults Toko with like that nickname, you know, that she hates. That, you know, everyone ever tells you not to call her. I like how even the main antagonist in like that big K&K story, like with the hotel or the tower or whatever, right? Even that guy's like, yeah, don't call her that. Like, just don't do that. But anyway, this character that can reincarnate in Fate Strange Fake calls her that, has called her that in the past. And so Toko kept killing them in like brutal ways, just over and over and over and over. And eventually, like the Mage Association had to step in or something and like ask her to stop killing them. And then so of course she killed them one last time. Anyway, but yeah, it was pretty funny. She really is a scary mage though, because she's a decent, you know, mage in her own right, but she just has all these like crazy artifacts and like she's learned all this like fucked up knowledge with like puppets and all this nonsense. So she really is not a good person to piss off. Yeah, 'cause she's got all these like fucked up items that'll kill your soul or some nonsense. All right, we're going with Achilles here, so I just need a taunt. Yeah, it's like insulting her hair or something like that. She had like a nickname. I think it was like in like magic in fucking Hogwarts, right? When she went to Hogwarts, she got like some nickname and then she hates it, and so she pretty much kills anyone that calls her that. And then every once in a while, some idiot mage comes along and thinks they're funny if they call her that because they don't think that she'll kill them, and then she does. So yeah, she's not a nice person. She's a great character and probably my favorite K&K character, but she is definitely not a nice person. She does a lot of fucked up shit. All right, default Mystic Code, fine. It is funny though that she's Shiki's boss. Oh yeah, that's right. She wanted the title of blue, right? And actually, like Proto Toko has blue hair, like prototype Toko essentially. Now she's not confirmed to be in Fate Prototype. Although I bet you, knowing how Nazu likes to do things, if they ever have Toko in Fate Prototype, I can almost guarantee you they will use her blue hair design. There's like no way they won't do that. But yeah, her original design was gonna have blue hair, but they changed it. Also, a lot of people just use the nickname in like a derogatory way, so she got sick of that shit. So, any chance she can get an FGO? If they ever did another K&K collab, she probably would. I mean, they put in Fujino for God's sakes, and I like Fujino and all, but she's a pretty minor character in the grand scheme of things. Like Toko is a way more major character. I could maybe... I'll cast that on turn 2, I think. Sometimes you cut it close, otherwise. But yeah, I'd roll for Toko. She's my favorite character in K&K. Well, there's a few villains that I like too, but she probably is my favorite. Alright, now we do this. Probably quick chain on this one. Oh yeah, actually I like the main antagonists of the first movie. They were pretty interesting. Or first book, however you want to see it. Do I want a quick charge? I'll say yes. Because the NP gain up is about as good as the battery next turn anyway. I don't think I need the attack up. Gambler, thank you for the 36 months. Thank you, dude. Last I checked, that fluffy emote is my most used emote outside of my own stream, but it's varied a bit. What do? Quick chain or rainbow chain? Rainbow chain is more damage, but not by as much as normal because of the quick up and the 3 of a kind bonus. I want to do 144,000. I have faith in the extra attack. What could go wrong? I like the clay emote too. I'm really glad we've got that one as a non-sub emote, so anyone can use it. That one's really good. So the artist I got to commission those emotes, and I didn't even know this at the time, but English was their second language, and oh boy, that was a problem, because that's actually not how I wanted the fluffy heart emote to be. It's fine as is. It's not a bad emote or anything, but it really is not what I wanted. And I'll eventually probably remake it and then make that one like an FFZ emote or whatever, so anyone can use that one. But I'm gonna wait a bit. I don't want to like throw too much money at emotes all at once, but we will get new emotes. We still have emote slots left over and stuff, so. I think making stars is the way to go here. I know how to make a fluffy rotate emote. I have to get a 3D artist to make it. The problem is the file size would probably be too big. Otherwise, you have to make him spin really fast, which I guess you could do, but I really would want him to spin slow. Like, essentially, just the vanilla fluffy emote, and then just really slowly spinning would be what I want, but the file size for that would be too big. This is... Man, that Kodamine stage is way harder than the other boss floors so far. I mean, these are still, you know, a bit spicy, but... Like, we're obviously just gonna kill them here. I bet you Chin Gong does extra attack. I don't know, though. Maybe they'll do something funky. Like, where he... I don't know. I'm actually sad... Do I not kill him, chat? Do we want to see what Chin Gong does? Because obviously I could just totally fuck them up. And I can always reload the app. Yeah, okay, let's see what they do. I need to not kill either of them. Worst damage ever would be that. Like, Lubu has a gimmick, but if he gets Chin Gonged, then what's the point? What the fuck? Okay, I'll give them this. That was funny. Obviously, this is too easy of a boss fight, obviously, but that's still pretty funny. Although it's probably hard if you don't have a Pierce Vulnerability, because I think you can only damage them with extra attacks, so that'd actually be awful. Yeah, I think that was Nemo throwing a wrench at him. I may have reset the app too late, so then I can't NP. That really is funny, though. I can't say I was expecting that. Oh, no, we still got it. I wonder what that skill name was. And the wrench was being thrown, because I think text popped up for it. Yeah, it did 100,000 flat damage, I think. So it's really just 3 berserkers. You're just fighting 3 berserkers, and the first, he gets his NP really quickly, and the other 2 have invulnerability. Kind of funny that if you one-turn him like that, you miss out on that gag. Really glad we didn't skip through that. That was actually pretty good. I just wish the boss fight was harder. Like, Lubu should have had a break bar. But I will say, if you don't have Pierce Invulnerability on a Servant or in a Craft Essence, that stage probably is really awful. Probably still doable, but you're going to want like a team, and you're going to have to take a while. Yeah, I kind of figured he wouldn't be appreciated by Sith there. That's a nice reward. Alright. Oh, got another room. Like the engineering room or something. I wonder if Babbage gets a bonus in here. I don't think they take a lot of time, like, really planning these out. I wish they would, because they're actually great, like, references if you actually put... yeah, he does! Babbage does! Alright, good on them for that. Mechaliz does. Alex does, weirdly enough. That seems kind of random. Okay, VC Braun, yeah, that makes sense. Ryder Kentucky, he's got the bike. Yeah, I played Tales of Berseria. I like that cast was great. I like the story and the cast a lot. The combat was meh, though. I wish I loved the combat system in that game. But, like, that was in the era where Tales of games were really dumbing down the combat systems. So, the combat was kind of whatever. We'll see what they do in the future. I'm really looking forward to the future of Tales of games. I think Arise really missed the mark with, like, the enemy balance. The enemy balance was so bad, the game sucked. But the combat system was a very good idea. I think it was a very good idea. So I hope they can expand on it and just get better at designing, you know, bosses and enemies. That's the whole thing. They just made terrible enemies. But anyway, Berseria had a really, really awesome cast. Really, really enjoyed the cast in that game. It was just so unique. You were just straight up antagonists, really. Very, very unique premise. But anyway, yeah, the combat was a bit mid. But good music, good characters. So I enjoyed the shit out of it. Yeah, Vesperia is my favorite overall, for sure, because like the combat's really good. And I like now. See, Vesperia is awesome in that it has like a more vanilla cast, but they're just really well done. And like, I normally don't like main characters, but like Yuri was an awesome main character. He was so good. So there's nothing like too surprising, but they're just really well done characters and stuff. So I really like Vesperia's cast, but it is more vanilla than Berseria. But then the combat system and stuff I like a lot more in Vesperia. But, you know, Velvet was a good main character too, but she also is very abnormal, right? We're like, I guess Yuri's abnormal too to an extent, but he's like a more acceptable main character. You could see him being a main character in an anime, right? Where Velvet, not really, because she's pretty fucking evil. You know, she's like sympathetic evil, but like she's pretty much an antagonist and she never really becomes good. She just kind of kills another bad guy, really. So yeah, you wouldn't really see that as a typical main character. So that was just unique how the main cast was in Berseria. But yeah, Yuri's awesome, and some people don't like him because he didn't have like character growth. But I actually kind of like him for that. Like he was already a well put together, like mature individual, right? And then the rest of the cast isn't, other than I guess what's her name, Judith. But so that was kind of interesting that the main character like had his shit together. I actually liked that. It was made it unique. Yeah, Velvet was not a good person. She very selfish and, you know, hell-bent on her own revenge and all that. And she becomes aware of it, that she's a bad person. She's like, eh, fuck it. Let's be a bad person anyway. Might want to save her in case of emergency. We're not like out of servants yet. I wish I could stream longer, man, because right as my account starting to get down to the good shit, I start getting kind of tired and whatnot, but we'll see how far we can go here. I mean, Velvet does a lot of bad stuff, actually. She does, like, she burns down that port city, right? Like, yeah, there's some assholes there, but a lot of them aren't, and she does it for very selfish reasons. She screws over loads of innocent people throughout the game for just very selfish reasons. Like, she is very much a bad person. And she admits that, you know, she admits that she's very selfish and she's, you know, hurting people that don't deserve it just for her own ends. Like, she's not as evil as, like, you know, Angra or something, right? Like, she's not, like, the worst person that ever lived, but she is absolutely not a good person. Yeah, she kills less, but I mean, she never really tries to redeem herself, and she still kills people. Like, yeah, she's not the worst person ever, but yeah, there's worse people in the game, right? Like, absolutely, but there's just no world where she's a good person, and that's pretty intentional. Like, that's a big theme in Berseria, where a lot of the main cast have sometimes sympathetic reasons, or understandable reasons, or justifiable reasons as to, you know, the positions they're in, but really none of them are good people that are like looking to be benevolent, like not at all. And like Velvet even says at one point that she realizes she's actually a bad influence on the kid. And she's right. And you actually can see that throughout Berseria, that she absolutely influenced, what's his name? Like Laphicet, I think is his name. She literally influences him, you know, fairly negatively. And for most people, you know, it's obviously subjective, but for most people's standpoints, she influences him in pretty negative ways. And a lot of them do, really. Like they're not a good environment for a kid to be growing up in. Like absolutely not. Funnily enough, though, Laphicet is a way more interesting kid character than normal. He's one of the only kid characters that I can think of that I didn't mind. He obviously was my least favorite character for the main cast, but I didn't mind him. Like, he was fine. Because he was interesting, and like the way the cast played off of him and vice versa was good. Yeah, Velvet does plenty of bad things. Yeah, she basically enslaves him, lies to him, you know, kills innocent people, you know, screws over entire cities, you know, is completely selfishly oriented and whatnot. Yeah, she's not a great role model. Cool character, right? Don't get me wrong, but definitely not role model of the year. I wish that game had a great combat system though, because I would actually love to play through it again. I haven't like seen the story in years, and it was pretty interesting. And I really like that Dial side character, because you think he's going to be a one-note like side character, and then he ends up just like getting more and more important as the story goes. That was awesome. Like that fucking lizard guy. That was actually probably my favorite character. I actually super liked him. Just because, like, I liked it from the beginning, and I was like, but man, he's gonna be such a one-note, like, forgotten about character. And then he's just in the story for, like, forever, and he actually gets, like, character growth and stuff. It's fucking amazing. He's even in some of the skits, for crying out loud. They even gave him a skit sprite and stuff. But yeah, I'll try not to spoil anything. I'll shut the fuck up. Yeah, I would recommend playing it, for sure. Yeah, the only issue I have with it is the combat is just eh. But yeah, it came out in an era of Tales of games where they were like dumbing things down a lot and just weren't as engaging combat-wise because of that. All right, I don't know why I was murdering Canis first. Not necessarily the biggest threat here. I really do wish I could read these because like they're obviously like joke names, and those can be funny sometimes. But oh well. That's a long as fuck name too, like what the hell? They go. Why does Summer Canis have better animations than regular Canis? She's basically just Canis as a writer, and they even say that in her bio, that like literally nothing changed. But yeah, I wish regular Canis's animations were better. They're pretty bleh. So how does the Stormboarder survive that? Like we just fired that off in the middle of like a, you know, a hallway. Like, how does that work? I like how your username is just Canis. How did you get that, by the way? I would have thought that would be taken. Yeah, but like, Cuckoo's NP wasn't actually aimed at the Stormboarder directly. It actually hits the alien god, and then the alien god like baps into the Stormboarder or whatever. Also, that's on the outside of the ship where you have like the armor. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. Don't you start that shit, chat. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's the Stormboarder, right? There's a huge difference from like the outside of something getting smacked versus something blowing up on the inside of it. The walls are made out of magic, clearly. Like, even the glass survived, man.
Honey to me, poison to you.
I still like my, I know how to get me to say it better than chat does. 'Cause I remember I said this before. If I was a user, like if I was I should word that differently. If I was a viewer of my own stream, right? And I wanted to get me to say the thing, right? When I would send an account review, right? And I'd put a lot of effort into it. And it's very easy to get me to do an account review if you put effort into it, right? If you just DM me like, hey, I put a lot of effort into it, and, you know, you set it up with the right format, right? With the pictures and the folders and everything, right? So I'll do all that. And then, you know, a lot of those people that did account reviews, the first picture, right, was like text, right? It'd be a picture of text, you know, like flavor. And then they'd explain like, you know, there maybe what their goals in the game have been, how long they've been playing, right? You know, just kind of give the account some context, right? And so what I would do is throughout my like intro picture, the first letter of like each line, right? Like each paragraph or whatever would spell Canis, you know, C, and then the other letter I'm not gonna say, right? So like the first line would start with C, right? And then what you do is for the second picture, you make it the same picture, right? The same text, but then you highlight like with like MS Paint, right? You put like a highlight over the first letter of each line, so then I would see that what I had said, right? That would work. That would get me. There is no way I would see that coming, right? I'd read all that stupid shit out loud, and then when I'd scroll to the next picture, I would see that dumb shit. Like that would absolutely get me. But see, now you're not gonna get me because I came up with it, right? So I thought about that one night, like how I would go about. That wouldn't work. You can't read. Shut the fuck up, Shadow. You're going straight to the Shadow realm, all right? Just get out of here. Fucking Shadow's a stupid hedgehog, by the way. All right, let's see. We're getting a little low on units here, at least filler units. BB, you're gonna make a count review, yep. Shadow is the cooler one. Let me think. I think Robotnik is the good one. Honestly, I don't really like Sonic as a character, and I don't like Shadow as a character. But like Robotnik is awesome. Yeah, like Robotnik's good. Metal Sonic is cool. Egg Golem is cool. I guess yeah, that's the top dogs right there. Yeah, Eggman's the best, man. Robotnik, you know. Yeah, Omega was good. Yeah, Omega was. He's barely in any video games. Oh, Team Chaotic is good. There we go. Yeah, Team Chaotic is all good. Yeah, they normally use Robotnik as a joke character. Every once in a while, he's serious. He's probably the most serious in Sonic Adventure 2. It's actually shocking how serious he is in that game. A lot of people have mentioned that, like how he's like way he does unironically clever things. Right, he's like actually cunning for once, but it's like the only time. It's like the only. I think there's like maybe one or two other times he's been competent, but yeah, he's definitely best in that. Yeah, Chaotic is great. I like them a lot. I'm not really up to date on Sonic games though. I haven't played any in quite some time. I've got like old lore and I'm not up to date here. She's already back. Fuck it, we'll fight archers with her, and she comes back so quick. Really should not bring a rider, but okay, hold on. I thought we already brought Zenobia. I guess we just killed her, is what it was. Yeah, Victor's the alligator. Yeah, all of them are fine. Victor's probably my favorite, but yeah, then SPO, and I think it's Charlie, I think is the B. Actually, surprised I remember that. I might be wrong, actually. Maybe that's not his name, but I think it is. Is there anywhere to dump 4K AP? I just started. You can just turn them into blue apples. If you know how to do that, just go click the AP bar and you can just transfer it into blue apples. The Charmy? What the fuck? I was in the ballpark. Oh yeah, if you're on NA, then you can't do that. That's why there's so many reasons why I recommend JP. Oh, hi Tesla. Who's the most dangerous? Probably Tesla. Also, look at this fucking opening hand. All right, hold on, chat. I need to get water. I never played a game that had silver in it. I didn't play really Sonic games at that point. He looks stupid though. Looks like another edgy, like he just looks like Silver Shadow, like I don't know, more like teenagery. I don't know. I don't really know what the fuck I'm talking about, to be honest. Chad, I'll tell you who a good Sonic character was. It was, I think it's a Chow. What's that their name, right? Chow, little, like, pet things. But there was a Chow named Cheese. And then in Sonic Heroes, you would play as 3 characters at once. You would have, like, a speed character, a brawler character, and a support character. And the support characters were, like, shit if their teammates weren't around. I don't remember how it really worked exactly, but I remember the support character was really, really bad if their teammates weren't around. And also, almost always your teammates were around. It was actually really difficult to not have your teammates around in that game. But if your teammates were not around, or they were, because they could be captured and things like that, there, in very rare circumstances, the support character could be on their own, and the support character for one of the teams, I think it was a bunny. I have no idea what her name was. But if she was by herself and you attacked, she would summon that Chow and it would go like, is her name Cream? Oh my god, Cream Cheese. That's so dumb. Anyway, she would summon that Chow till it should be like, Cheese, go get him, or whatever. And like he would just fly out there and like smack a bitch. Right? And so it was very rare that would happen, and it was like a really slow attack and whatnot. But I remember the final boss of that game, you could kill with Cheese. You could like intentionally set it up where you could get him down to like 1 HP, and then just tell the Chow to go over there and smack him in the face, and you could kill him with that. I remember doing that way back in the day. But yeah, their name is fucking Cream Cheese. That is so silly. I did not realize that. And Sonic Advance, Cheese was so broken and fast. Was that the Game Boy one? I remember I did play the Game Boy Advance game, and I think she was playable in that. But I don't know if I ever played her. I don't remember ever doing that. That was a long time ago, man. Man, their damage is pretty low if they can't kill a level 4 Phantom. Jeez, he already has his NP. Are you kidding me right now? What if he stuns me? Man, that would suck. I think I stun him. So, hopefully that doesn't happen. And then we Rainbow Chain. See, if I wasn't an event servant, we'd be pushing it on killing him here, but we'll be more than fine now. I'd have to NP Tesla if I wasn't an event servant. I should do this for like a stream sometime where I get like someone to send me pictures of all the new Sonic characters, because I have no idea like what they've done in the last several years, and just have a stream reaction to whatever stupid shit they've come up with, because it must be so dumb at this point. I know how IPs go. Well, we almost looped without the skill. You know what? Let's see how much she does with that. Although the quick card might have actually done more because she's got a quick crit damage up. Wow. All right. Yeah, I should do that sometime. It'd just be hard to get the pictures without like spoiling it. I have to get like Poi to filter it for me or something. Like you basically just need a folder, right, where the pictures are like, named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That way you can just arrow through them in the folder without ever looking at them in advance, right? I might try to set something like that up. I should do that with more things, though. It'd be fun stream content. All right, we have only 2 bonus floors. I might have done a bonus floor on accident. I feel like I did. I don't think there'd only be 2 otherwise. So we're actually fairly far along. I guess this isn't 100 floors. I think this is 50 floors. So this is actually shorter, I think, than normal. Although, you know what? There might be more floors after this. It's totally possible. All right, let's see here. You know what? It's Babbage time. We're getting near the end, so I can bust them out. Oh, good time to use the rulers. There's berserkers here. Chat, I have an 100 Babbage, and I have an 100 Medea. Actually, wait, isn't she 90? Okay, I'm gonna have to make her 100 someday. But I'm pretty sure actually, I know Babbage hits way harder with his NP. Yeah, I'll tell you, Poi, like what is needed for like an account review or anything like that, like what format it needs to be. That way, if someone wants to send it to me, I can tell them to send it to you so I don't get spoilers. That's why it's actually important for like a mod to do it and not me. It's not so I'm too good to interact with the people, right? Like it's not that. It's just, it'll ruin the whole process if I see things in advance. So I need a mod to like know like how it needs to be formatted and stuff. But yeah, especially because of her account reviews, I need someone, because Aerie used to handle it, but she's too busy with real life and all that now. She's gone to greener pastures, chat. But yeah, I don't have like a mod that's like set up to handle that stuff, so I need to do that. And I've heard Aerie is very busy these days, but hey, good for them. Oh, well, assuming they want to be busy. Probably MHXA here. Hanako greener pastures. Yeah. That's my my AI like improvement, like the upgrade. I can just straight up kill her, but for the fun of it, let's try to NP all 3 of them. Man, I remember Say's account review, dude, because, I had seen him talking shit on Discord, right? Like, during my streams when he thought I wasn't looking at chat, right? But, I can scroll up. And I scroll up in Discord often, just find, troublemakers and, keep an eye on things and just see who's a shithead and stuff. But anyway, so I knew he was planning, shenanigans, well in advance, but I didn't look at the account review, right? So when I opened it, I had not seen it. So it was really exciting because I had made my own pictures and stuff to interject, right? But it was really exciting to see, like, how it was going to play out because I didn't actually know. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a good time. I actually asked him to make an updated account review, and this time I'm sure he won't spill the beans. Boy, he fucked that up, but I'm sure he'll keep it secret, keep it safe, this time. But yeah, I also want to see how his account is these days anyway, and I think it'd be interesting to see what he does with an updated one. We had some fun account reviews, though. I definitely need to do some more of those from time to time. It's a good way to mix up the content. It's just hard to find the balance, because a lot of people just send in flex accounts, which is okay every once in a while, but flex accounts are only good if you like put a lot of effort into the like review, like, you know, you have a lot of like fun with the pictures and stuff. And then like the practical thing to do is like newbie accounts. So, but yeah, I need to get it set up where we can do those again easier, because we can technically still do them now. It's just a lot of people don't know the format anymore. Yeah, maybe next stream. I'll try to get that set up quickly. It shouldn't be that hard. Yeah, if it's a flex account, make it fun. And then newbie accounts, you can make it fun if you want to, but obviously it's more, you know, practical to do an account review for someone that actually needs the advice. But yeah, if it's not too much bother for Poi, we could have Poi curate it so he can tell me like, hey, this review, you should really do this like as soon as possible. This is a good one. And shit like that. That way, you know, it's curated, right? And we don't have to wait 5 months to get to something good, but then I don't get spoilers. But yeah, I gotta pass the David check again. I know some people are actually getting into the game now, so that's a good way to, you know, give people practical advice. All right, hold on. Do I have time for another boss? I probably do. Okay, is that a mid boss or is that a... Yeah, that's a mid boss. Okay, so the actual boss is right here. Doesn't show you what class it is, so I should try to save as many of my big shots as possible here. Which is starting to get difficult. On my main, I basically can't run out of good characters to do floors with. Like, I just have so many. Not counterclassing, but might be alright. Throw a book at him. Yeah, I can explain it, Poi. It's pretty simple, honestly. I could just show you a few screenshots and stuff. Well, it's not hard to figure out the theme on this one. It's you know, Buster, Chads, you know, everyone's buff, Muscle Boys, and then yeah, they're all Buster. Well, I guess Orion technically is not Buster, but I mean, he is, let's be honest. Alright, I guess Bardicus, because he gets faster NP and he's Berserker and all that. Yeah, he needs to die first. Man, I need to level Odysseus at some point now that he's got the helmet. Can you have a helmet in stage 3? Or do they? I think they only gave him the helmet in stage 2, which actually sucks because the helmet in stage 3 looks really cool as well. But I'll take stage 2 over nothing for sure, especially when stage 2 is the one they actually advertised, for God's sakes. What do? I guess NP gain. You know, actually, I'm gonna Guts. There really is a chance we'd get one shot here. And then I have enough NP that I can do Stargen instead. Oh, did the costume actually give him the helmet in stage 3? I don't think so. Like, he's always had the helmet in stage 3, but it's not there, like, most of the time. Where the costume they gave him added the helmet all of the time. Oh, wow, they actually made 2 costumes. Huh. That's actually surprising to me. I mean, good on them. I'm glad they did it, and I wish they would do shit like that more often. Actually, it's really weird they don't do shit like that more often, because it's very simple to do. But, yeah, good on them for doing it. Well, the Guts is gonna screw everything up. What if I don't do 60k? We're double attack up, NP up, buzz trap. I mean, he should do 60k, right? And then I can do, that. My god, though, if I don't actually do 64k. Yep, got him. Not as good of NP gain as I would have liked, but it is a berserker, so you get less. Uh-oh. Woo! No, no, no! Oh, that's bad. That means my heal was wasted. Fuck. That's bad. Might be able to do it with command codes, but without, I think Columbus would really struggle here. Damn. If I hadn't died right there, though, maybe. Like, if I hadn't died right there and we had command codes, we might have been able to do it. Shit. Can the AI get the joke NP? They probably can. Yeah, no way. I'm gonna do that much damage. Okay. Wait, that's not the right stage. Ushi's not too bad, but let's go with Brunhilde. That might be enough damage to just bulldoze them and get it over with. Always something in chat, huh? Wait, this is the wrong stage. Although it looks like easier than the average floor, like their health is so much lower than what we just saw. How is this a bonus floor? Like, this is, it's so weak, dude. Like, what the hell? And some of the bonus floors earlier, they had like the 3 tree guys that had like the defense gimmick and all that. That was a bit tricky. But I don't know why that's so easy. Although maybe there's something there that I'm unaware of. Could go anniversary blonde. Yeah, I'll stick with this. Oh, I guess I see. This is the real stage, and I was accidentally doing a bonus floor before. Okay, well, I guess we could have done Columbus here then. Fuck it though, I don't want to reset again. That would explain though why this one's easier and the other one's harder. Because the other one was the supposed to be harder one. Yeah, wasting AP, man. I should get my NP here. Berserker on Berserker violence. It happens. Yeah, actually, I think this is a VC Brawn and 2 golems. I think that is what they're doing. That's actually funny. I think you're correct about that. Wow, I didn't get my NP. Oh my god. What the fuck, dude? Well, I can kill one of them with normal attacks for sure. Probably should kill Enkidu because he can evade and heal. make stars. Yeah, I wasn't really sure what the theme was, but yeah, you definitely got it. Man, Galatea was one of the worst selling characters ever. I think she was more successful than Karen, though. I can't remember. But I know Karen bombed really hard. I've never liked Karen really one way or the other, and I especially don't like her in FGO. But I would not have predicted that she would be that unpopular, but she was. If I remember correctly, Bazette did pretty well, actually. I don't think I ever checked on Paul, and Paul might have been with other servants, right? So it can be hard to tell. But yeah, Karen got floored. She did not do good at all. Of course, right? I swear, VC Braun has like some of the dumbest. It's not really shoes, but like that really is silly. Like the stilts. I mean, I get it. I get like what's going on with the, you know, he's got the replaced body parts and stuff, but stilts are kind of silly. Yeah, I think I've seen all Gundams now. The only one I hadn't seen was the second season of G-Witch, but I've seen that now. But I like the first season of 00 a lot. Don't really care for the second season, although it has a few good moments, but I don't like it that much. They got rid of a lot of what made the first season interesting. And then the movie's really whack. But I think the first season is great, and then I think the rest of it is pretty whatever. I think the rest of it like diminishes from what the first season was in a lot of ways. What's the best Gundam in your opinion? Well, I don't know, man. It's tough. I really like though 0080. But like the animation and action and Unicorn is really good. Although the character and stories are kind of whatever. But like yeah, I like 0080, I like Unicorn, I like Seed for the most part. You know, it's got its problems, but I still like Seed a lot. Kira sucks, but, you know, I still enjoy it. But, yeah, 0080's up there. 8th MS Team is up there. 8th MS Team just has the really weird bonus episode and the bad first episode, but I still like 8th MS Team a lot. But yeah, it might be 0080. I like 0080 a lot. Oh, and IBO, fuck. I can't believe I'm saying that, but, like, IBO Season 2 is really good. Like, holy shit, it's good. I was so biased against that show. And there's a lot of things I don't like. All the trying to make fucking kids badass is just always fail. But, IBO Season 2 is really, really, really good. I don't hate Season 1, but I wish Season 1 was better. Just so it was like a smoother ride to Season 2. But, yeah, IBO is a good Gundam for sure. Alright, what are we looking at here? Whoops. Yeah, LaFlaga is really awesome. He doesn't get enough screen time, but yeah, he was really awesome in the original Seed. Rao was really, really awesome. Rao was such a great villain, really well written. The druggies were awesome. LaFlaga was awesome. Well, just Kira sucks, but I don't know. It's kind of funny having a main character that sucks that much. It made the other characters around him look better. It is kind of annoying though. In like the final episode, you have Rao like being really articulate as like the antagonist, and then Kira's just screaming "Shut up!" and I'm like, "Yep, our hero." Good thing you got a Kappa there, boy. I think, I mean, like, honestly, Rao has almost nothing to do with Char other than just, like, the aesthetic of having a mask and stuff, you know, being the mask character. But he has nothing in common with Char. Like, absolutely nothing. I guess maybe a little bit in Char's counterattack. Not even then, though, not a lot. Like Char would absolutely not be on board with Rao, like, in the slightest. But I like Rao way more than Char. I actually think Char is so overrated. I don't think he's that interesting of a character. Like, he's just like the OG, so everyone hypes him up. Like, he just gets his ass kicked from start to finish. He's really inconsistent as a character. And, like, if people think it's depth, it's really not. He's just written all over the fucking place. Like, between the original to Zeta to Char's counterattack, it doesn't really make that much sense. And I don't know, I've never really found him that awesome. Like, his performance in a mobile suit's trash. And it's just hilarious because everyone's always saying how good he is, and yet he loses all of the time. Like, all of the time. Like, he fucking gets bodied in Zeta left and right. And like, Amuro kicked his ass every fucking time. And then fucking Haman kicks his ass. Like, and then I'm supposed to think this guy's awesome, right? It's very silly to me. The voice actor, though, you know, does good. But yeah, I'm really not a Char fan. I don't know why. I mean, Kira is the main character of Destiny, so he just isn't at the start. But if you mean Shin, I mean, they both suck. I actually probably like Kira more, though, because I'm very sure the plot is aware that Kira sucks. There's just so many times he gets, like, called out and he never has a good response and stuff. Where Shin is just annoying, dude. Like, Shin is just, like the plot is actually aware of Kira's stupidity. Where Shin is just, like, this obnoxious, angsty teenager that's just kind of shoved in the story. Feels like a fan fiction character. And then they abandoned the character because everyone hated him. And, yeah, it's weird. Destiny just sucks. I don't think Destiny's a very good anime. It's very derivative. It was an excuse to sell more models. And to be fair, they did make some really cool models in Destiny, right? I'll give them that. But they just rehashed the same plot, but worse. And it doesn't make a lot of sense. And it's just bad. Like, it's literally Rao, but lamer. And then, like so many similar plot beats. Like, the invade orb again and everything. It's just so bad, dude. Like, Destiny sucks. It's such a bad show. I think the problem the movie is going to have, and I think this is going to run it. I actually predict it might have some fun mecha action, right? Like that can always happen, right? Destiny has some fun mecha action, right? You can always have a good mecha fight scene. Who doesn't enjoy some robots shooting lasers, right? But the movie, I think, is destined to fail because I don't think you can do really anything interesting with the Seed franchise, the universe, in a movie, right? There's plenty that you can do. There's a lot to do in that universe in terms of, like, you know, the political stuff and, like, the factions and, you know, like, where the universe goes, right? There's plenty to do with it. But, like, in a movie, the best they can really do is just invent a bad guy we've never heard of before, right? And have him rise and fall in the movie. So, like, everything that happened didn't matter, right? If, like, everything is introduced in the movie and taken out in the movie, it might as well not have happened, right? And that's almost guaranteed to be what it is, right? Because in order for them to really flush out a story, actually, it might have aliens. They always had that alien corpse in Seed, like, from the first season. But who knows? But, I mean, I'm sure, actually, it probably will have something to do with that, because I think the writer had always planned that, to be part of the movie. Because he was always going to make a Seed movie. But, you know, his wife died and things like that. But, anyway, yeah, I think in order to do it proper, because it's not like Destiny didn't end where there was, like, loose threads for, like, a new villain and stuff like that and to build on. So they have to make new stuff. And in order to build that up and flush it out and make it feel meaningful and then move the series in an interesting direction, it needs to be a series again. You need time, right? They need time to, like, move the factions around and show things building and in, like, an hour to 2 hours, all you can do is introduce some bullshit thing that you pull out of your ass. Like, some ridiculous, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Villain shows up in Gundam Seed and then is defeated by the end and that's it, right? Like, that's not interesting, right? At that point, why are you even making it a Seed movie, right? Like, it's just irrelevant. Yeah, they could do more with Blue Cosmos. I really stand by this. They should never have killed Azrael in Gundam Seed. And that would have been a really good plot progression for the series if Azrael had lived. Also, he was just an awesome antagonist anyway, so killing him off like that was a bad idea. She's probably the biggest threat. And she NPs really quickly, goddamn. Wait, did these show off? Oh, you just mean the regular freedom. Yeah, you know, freedom, strike freedom. Yeah, it does have like lasers all over it. But I was wondering what they're gonna do about that in the movie. Like, I figure they'll just use the freedom again and then it'll get upgraded or something. Honestly, if I were them, they really could just use the vanilla freedom or strike freedom or whatever, because it's so popular that if you put it in the spotlight again, it's gonna sell models like crazy. And here's the thing, all the people that got into Gundam after Seed, a lot of them don't know about the freedom really. Like the G-Witch fans and all that, and I'm so sure if you put the freedom in the spotlight again, it's gonna sell like crazy. It's already confirmed there's another freedom. I think it's a bad idea. Because a lot of times what happens is they've already had their artistic like idea, like with the Freedom Gundam, right? And then they just get extra with it, right? And when that normally doesn't end well, and that goes for a lot of mecha stuff where they just start getting, and then we add this thing, right? And it just looks so stupid. A lot of the like side series, like OVAs and mangas and stuff, the mech designs just look so fucking ridiculous. They're just tacking things on and it just look awful. But yeah, I think that's a bad idea. But we'll see what they do. You know, it's not like it's impossible to make another good mech design. But anyway, I'm sure if you put the freedom in front of people again, it's going to be really popular. It's a really liked mech design, and I'm sure it would sell model kits like crazy. But they might use both. They might like start with the strike freedom at the beginning of the movie, and then it gets upgraded or whatever. But I'm sure it'll be some version of the freedom, because the movie's named, you know, Freedom, like OGs. Yeah, I like the regular freedom more than the strike freedom too. The gold is again, it's just extra. The strike freedom is just the freedom with extra stuff slapped onto it just to do it. So if my skill rank was maxed, I could NP right now. Yeah, I'm not sure what is she a robot like Fuma? Oh, not Fuma, like Fuma's mom. What's her name? What is the hell is her name? What? Dozen or something like that? I think it's like Dozen. I don't know, what the hell. Anyway, yeah, she is a robot. Yeah, I figured she might be like Fuma's mom there. Donzo. That's it, Donzo. I was close. But yeah, I had a feeling she was like that. Yeah, that's probably why. I would have just used Donzo here though. That'd have been more obvious. But yeah, they're all robots. I can get 200%, but I don't need to get 200%, so I should probably try to triple kill here. I wish my crit chance was higher. I should have done Anniversary Blonde. I could punch crit that one and then NP this one and then finish that one off. This is risky. If I don't crit, this might not work. Woo! Wait, why are we talking about Rao and Legend? But yeah, Rao didn't pilot Legend. That was the ever inferior Ray. Providence looks cooler than Legend anyway. I need to stream some more Gundam so I can talk about Gundam more. I could just talk about Gundam forever. I mean, I can talk about Fate forever too, generally speaking, but I've talked about Fate a lot, so I don't need to unless someone brings something up, generally. Wow, Babbage doesn't get rated? I mean, I guess it's technically not footwear, but... Tisk, kiss, tisk. It's hating on a lot of people out here. Trying to save some of my stronger stuff. Getting weird out here, though. How bad can it be? You could also think out it as Babbage's living armor, so it's not exactly how that goes. That bitch is a hunk of steel. What are you gonna do? Steel and steam. Also awesome. Oh, yeah, Ray is not on Rao's level. He's not supposed to be. Like, absolutely not. Because he's less say, experienced, and he was less put together, right? And Rao is kind of implied to just be kind of a freak of nature, because Rao is using the fucking coordinator OS, but he is a natural. So I guess Ray might be doing that too, though, to be honest. But Ray definitely has a way worse track. He never really does that well in any fights. Like, he really struggles in the Zaku and all that. Even when he's fighting the Jins, where like Yizak shows up in a goof, right? And oh no, he's in a Zaku too at that point, and he beats the shit out of the Jins. And like Yizak beats the shit out of like Gaia and Chaos and all that, where Ray is struggling with them. Yeah, Ray is really never implied to be yeah, I think Ray is a clone of a clone, right? Like, so he's younger too, so he's got less experience. Because, you know, Rao was like a commander, right? Like, he moved up the ranks, made it all the way to commander, so he's way more experienced, and he's older, and, you know, presumably because he's not a clone of a clone, you know, probably just better. But yeah, Ray was never shown to be particularly capable. That's why he wasn't even the first choice to pilot the thing. It was supposed to be Atherin. He was their backup plan. What are we doing here? Yeah, and I guess Rao was also like a new type, kinda. I mean, like in that version of the story, they don't really have new types, but it's something like new types. But they never explained what it was exactly. But I don't think Ray had that either. I do wonder what the next mainline series for Gundam is going to be, because the G-Witch was the first mainline series they had done in a long time, but you could tell they didn't have a lot of faith in it. But then it did pretty well, so I'm curious what they're going to do next. I mean, they could just do more with it if they wanted to. Okay, so she is the least threat, so I think we... BB in the face. What's your favorite main character or main villain suit? Huh, that's tough because I don't like the main character stuff nearly as much. I'm way more about the grunts. I mean, for main villain, I mean, does Goof Custom count? Because, I mean, Norris is, I mean, I guess he's not the main villain. I guess he's a side villain. The main villain would be the brother guy. It's hard for me to even remember what the main stuff is. I normally care so little about like the main, you know, antagonist or main protagonist and things. But maybe Providence. That's definitely main antagonist. So, yeah, I would think Providence. I might be forgetting something though. I do like Bile, although it's not exactly a antagonist. Like at the end, he's kind of a protagonist in a way. Kind of just depends on your perspective. That one gets kind of complicated. Yeah, I don't know if that one counts. But yeah, I'd just to be safe, I'd say Providence then. And then for, okay, Poi, does Alex count as the main protagonist suit? I don't think so. It would in any other show, but I don't think that counts. If anything, it's antagonist, because although, what's her name, Chris is not a villain, they're definitely an antagonist in the series. So I don't think I can count that one. That just doesn't make any sense. Oh, I guess I could say the Zaku Kai, that's a protagonist suit technically. Yeah, I don't know about protagonist suit though. There's not a lot of main protagonist suits that I like. I mean, I like the Zaku Kai if that counts. Because undeniably, Bernie is the protagonist. Bernie and Al are the protagonists of 0080. That's just a fact. Like, they are the protagonist. And his suit is the Zaku Kai, right? So I'm falling under the rules here. Oh, Wing Zero Custom. I'd go with that. That counts. Yeah, Wing Zero Custom looks awesome. Yeah, probably Providence for villain, and then Wing Zero Custom or EU or whatever you call it for protagonist. All right, this is not the main boss. I guess we use her again because she's already back. Jesus Christ, lady. Yeah, actually, Wing Zero Custom is one of my favorite, like, Gundams. It's really good. My favorite Gundam, though, is probably Calamity. Calamity looks fucking awesome. I like Heavy Arms, too. Yeah, I wouldn't say Wing Zero is my favorite of the Endless Waltz Gundams. Heavy Arms might be, because I mean it's green and it's just got a really unique look. I really do like Heavy Arms. That's close though. I would say Heavy Arms, Death Scythe, and Wing Zero are all very close in the Endless Waltz versions. They're all really, really, really cool. But I still like the grunts more. I'm not kidding. Serpent from Endless Waltz I like more than all the Gundams. I fucking love Serpent. It is so awesome. Actually, one of my favorite mobile suits. Love it to death. I like the, like, Wing Zero, like, frame, like the regular Wing Zero frame and the Wing Gundam frame. I don't like the paint scheme, like the white, blue, red, you know, all the hyper colors. I don't really like that. Or Wing Zero Custom is, you know, there's less colors, a little bit more, I don't know, precise with the colors and stuff. Doesn't have like just so much random shit all over it. Wait, who was the other enemy? Fuck, I wasn't paying attention. We got double Mecha Liz, but who was the other person here? Did I already kill one of them or something? Was it the mass-produced one? That'd be really funny, but I guess it's not a Chaldia character. It was Gura... Who? What? Oh, it was the lady with the robot guy, the samurai armor guy. Right. Yeah, I guess that's robot stuff, so. I guess I NP here because I'm not gonna do much otherwise. So, chat, how alien is this Gundam talk to my non-Gundam fans? Must be kind of wild. It's probably just as wild as if, like, a Gundam fan that doesn't know anything about Fate hears me talk about Fate. Actually, that's probably more alien, actually. Let's be honest. Like, at least you can grasp basic concepts. You know, mecha stuff's not too complicated. There's a pilot in a giant, you know, suit of armor, essentially, right? It's not that crazy. Where Fate is, you know, pretty out there with the, like, combat systems and mana and abilities and noble phantasms and all this. You know, mechs shoot guns, right? It's not that hard. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of people to watch Gundam, but there's a lot of people that don't watch Gundam too. Yeah, Saber Medusa has good NP gain, absolutely. It's not the best ever, to be honest, but it is very good. Well, it is insanely good, though, because she doesn't have a lot of, like, NP gain up or quick up, right? She's pretty light on that department. So her, like, inherent rate is really, really, really high. I want to watch Gundam, but I don't know where to start. It's not that hard. That's such a common thing. That is, like, the most common thing of why people don't get into Gundam. But, like, it really isn't that complicated. So, just to explain it real quick. The only Gundams that are tied together are the Universal Century ones. They're the only ones that are tied together. Like, all the other ones are just completely standalone. You could watch them as the only Gundam you ever see, and it would be fine. Right? Like, if you watch Gundam Wing, it's completely standalone. Iron-Blooded Orphans, completely standalone. You know, Witcher Mercury, completely standalone. You know, most of them are like that. I would say that the good ones to start with for most people, it really is based on who you are as a person, I always say. But to, like, just give generic advice, I would say start with either Iron-Blooded Orphans or 00. I would normally say is like the most like generic way to get into it. Like with Double O, you only really need to watch season 1. But like if you like drama, like and that kind of thing, I'd say Seed is a good place to start. But yeah, I'd say for like a universal thing, if you can get over fucking, you know, child soldiers trying to be badass, if you can get over that, I would say IBO is the one to go with. And if you can make it to season 2, season 2 is really good. But yeah, that I generally would say these days I think IBO is one of the best ones to start with. But Double O is not too bad. I think Double O is pretty reasonable. And if you like, you know, maybe really unique, like hits the feels kind of thing, like I would do 0080, but like I only recommend that one to people when I know their taste as a first one to start with. Yeah, Witcher Mercury is fine because it's standalone, but it's going to turn a lot of people off. It's also going to make a lot of people happy. Like, a lot of people like it. Like, they like the whole school setting and all that kind of stuff. But it's very whack in comparison to other Gundam shows. And, like, I don't like it. I don't like Witcher Mercury very much. There's a few parts of it that I like, but ultimately, I thought the first season was super filler. The second season was so not flushed out. And that's a really common opinion. Even of people that like it, almost everyone agrees the second season was undercooked and the universe doesn't feel very flushed out and stuff. That's very common. I really don't me personally, I don't recommend Witcher Mercury. I would only recommend it if I knew the person and I knew they would like useless lesbians or like the school setting. If I knew they liked that stuff, then I would recommend it, but I would never recommend it blindly because it's very likely they'll be like, wow, this is stupid. Is there a Gundam series with adult protagonists? Yeah, 8th MS Team. Thunderbolt, half of 0080, like half the main character. The main character is Bernie and Al. Al is a kid, though he doesn't ever get in a mobile suit ever. He's a kid. Like, that's why I like 0080. The kid is a kid and doesn't do anything like you wouldn't expect of a kid. But Bernie's an adult. But yeah, 8th MS Team's all adults. 8th MS Team is kind of adults. Oh yeah, 0083, that's all adults. But yeah, Thunderbolt is mostly adults. Yeah, quite a few of them are actually. I guess G Gundam as well. That has other problems, but I'm pretty sure the main cast in that is adults. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they are. They either are or very close to. And there's a bunch of like side series and stuff. But yeah, there's plenty of that are adult. But there's also plenty where there's stupid kids, too. Plenty of both. Plenty of both. And then I guess, like, Seed, they're, like, almost adults. I don't know if Kira's 18 or not. I don't know if he's either, like, 16, 17, or 18. I'm not really sure. But even if he is an adult, he's barely an adult. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was, like, teenage. Better, you know, 16's better than some of the other ones, but yeah, I never liked the kids stuff, but you know, it is what it is. Probably get away with Proto Coup because we have regular Coup, and then the floor boss is a wild beast, and I kick myself. I'll probably just save it then for next time if that happened, but we'll see. I guess robots is still the theme here. Yeah, because although she's, you know, like summons hers and all that. Well, I mean, he summons his too, so. But yeah, they're sticking to the mecha theme here. I guess there's a lot more mecha stuff in Fate than I was thinking. It's kind of funny because we're talking about Gundam, but like, my God, we've had so many servants here that the theme has been mecha. Yeah, imagine being like, I don't like mecha. I'm just a fan of Fate, and then you got like 5,000 mecha servants over here. I'll be streaming some mecha goodness when Armored Core 6 comes out, so that'll be a thing. Of course, he takes the brave chain, but I can kill this guy right now. Man, Antonio's drip is pretty great. Got the cool mask and everything. She's probably the bigger threat. I mean, I don't think we're gonna struggle here. I get quick up, so I'll do the quick chain. Protoku does hit pretty hard these days. It's the one thing he's got going for him. The funny thing is, we actually have known the Greek gods were mecha related since like Fate Extra. And like, the original Fate Extra is actually one of the earlier Fate works. Like, I've been telling people for years before Lost Belt 5 that the Greek gods were mecha, and then you had all these people that were like surprised when we finally saw them, and I'm like, yeah, I already knew this. Same o. Don't bring up Gundam Age. I don't think anyone recommends that as your first Gundam. That is not a well-received Gundam show. Like, nobody recommends X, V, or Age. I'm sure somebody would like Age. It's weird though. Like, it's trying to aim a lot more at way younger kids than normal, but then there's still people like dying and getting vaporized and stuff, so it's like, I don't know about this. Oh yeah, then G whatever, Recco or whatever. No one even remembers that one, dude. That was the weirdest Gundam of all time. Like, that felt like some old like kids cartoon that doesn't even make sense. It barely has like a coherent plot. Like, from scene to scene, things like don't make a lot of sense. Like, the continuity is really messed up. X is not good. Don't fool yourselves. Like, there's some good ideas in X, right? But it's executed so badly. Its production was trash. And like, yeah, if it was given a better production, it probably would have been a better show. But the thing is, it wasn't. Like, it is a mess. That show is such a fucking mess. And I find that this happens a lot with fans of Gundam X and some of the other, like, you know, Gundam shows that aren't as well received. The people that like them are just incapable of really looking at it, what it would be like to watch it from the eyes of a newcomer. And by the way, Gundam fans are so bad about this, it's unreal. Like, most Gundam fans are just trash at recommending like a good Gundam game to start with, or a good Gundam show to start with. They have no idea what they're talking about, because most people are just incapable of looking at something from like an outsider's perspective, right? Same for Fate, right? Oh my god, most people just, all they do is recommend the thing they like, not the thing that's actually good for newcomers, right? That's why I was saying I don't generally recommend, even though 0080 is probably my favorite, I don't generally recommend it unless I know the person pretty well and I know it's their kind of show. Like, it's not, if I was gonna like blindly recommend something, I would never recommend 0080, even though it's my favorite, because I know from an outsider's perspective, it's not really that great of an entry point. And some people are gonna find it boring and all kinds of stuff, right? And most people are just really bad at that. They're not thinking about like, what would this Fate anime look like to someone that doesn't already like Fate, right? And what happens is they like Sakura a lot, or they like Nero a lot, or whatever. And they're like, their objectivity is blinded by their like of this thing. So, you know, and again, it's fine to like those things and for it to be your favorite or your favorite character or whatever, but that doesn't mean it's actually a good, like, starting point. And yeah, I just find most people are really bad at that. Prism Ilya is the best starting point. I'm sure someone actually thinks that unironically. Like, I'm sure if you look around, you can find someone that actually thinks that, but that's pretty bad starting spot. Actually, I know people that unironically started with Carnival Phantasma. I think overall, like, if you had to recommend it to every person on the planet, right? The one that you'd have the best success with is Zero. Like, absolutely. Like, if you had to recommend a Fate anime to every person on the planet, obviously a lot of people just aren't into anime, but I think the one that have the best success is Zero. Like, absolutely. Because it's the most serious, it's the most, like, grounded. It's also a very standalone story in a lot of ways. It does introduce you to the universe, but it's still very standalone. And it just doesn't do a lot of, like, stupid shit that's going to turn a lot of people off. Because a lot of, like, people don't realize how much a lot of anime tropes turn people off. Like, that fucking scene in, fucking Unlimited Blade Works or in the Fate route, right? Where they do, like, the... Like, obviously in the visual novel, it was a sex scene, right? But in the animes, they do, like, the awkward as fuck scenes, right? Those are just so terrible if a normal person sees that. That's going to turn them off so much. Right, like most people are just get really sick of stupid anime shit like that. And there's just a lot of that in Fate, but there's none of that nonsense in Zero. Like Zero is just like a very easy recommend. It doesn't do anything that like to disgrace itself. I'll put it that way. All right, we're just straight up fighting Lancer. Come on, game. You can do it, but it's like G Gundam, right? If I knew the person liked Super Robot, I would obviously recommend G Gundam. If I don't know if they like Super Robot or not, I'm not gonna recommend G Gundam. Oh, hi, Virtua. I guess they're outside the storm border. Is Ilya and what's her name? Miyu, and then her fighting Virtua? Is that what's happening right now? I mean, K&K is not Fate. I've had this conversation many times. K&K is a perfectly good entry point into the Nazuverse, and it's just a good standalone anime, but it's not really Fate specifically. Or is she like using the UFO right now or something? I think all these trees grew on the top of the storm border is what's happening here. I don't know how we're still flying. Oh, God. Yeah, it's servants that can fly out here. I'm guessing we're fighting Virtua because she's a troublemaker. Virtua's pretty funny, though. She's got some really funny scenes throughout FGO. Yep, that's someone that can fly. They really should have had her like just rocket off way too far and do this like the face from her NP. That's like 1000% what they should have done there. Actually, I think that might be what they're doing. I'm not really sure what they're trying to accomplish here. Also, you could always just use Gilgamesh and his flying machine. I'm sure that would get the job done. I have no idea what the hell their objective is, though. Oh, hi, George. That's a very strange combo. What is happening? What in God's name? I don't think it's a race. That doesn't seem to be the case at all. Oh, Pegasus time. Guess that does make a degree of sense. Yeah, that was like some DBZ fusion there. I don't know what the hell that was. The only person in white here I can think of was Miss Crane. I don't think anyone else was in white, but I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention to some of the people here. If she wasn't disguised, I'm sure you'd be able to tell. Yeah. I guess they're gonna make you use Medusa here. Look at her not getting the event bonus, dude. She's been in the event like plenty. And it's literally Medusa, right? But she doesn't get the event bonus. God, this game. They really only gave it to Saber Medusa, I think. They might give it to like Sith as well, but I kind of doubt it because Miss Crane didn't get it. NP3 Rider Medusa? Oh, so I guess this whole time Virtua was up there like taunting us and like I guess no one could get up there or something. I don't get why Achilles couldn't. Achilles would probably beat Virtua's ass, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's like a cloud barrier or something. I'm not sure what the deal was. Alright, well, time to stun a bunch. Also, they gave us a fucking damage resist gimmick, which I don't think we even need. Like, seriously, although I guess she has a damage resist gimmick, too. Probably need to just cast this now. Good rainbow chain, but she's got all the bonuses. Huh, sometimes we're doing 0 damage. Was it because we crit? Guess we'll find out here. Man, regular Medusa is a lot calmer. I wouldn't say she looks awful, but her sprite is pretty out of date at this point. Looks like you have to crit. That's not, because I know so far both crits did damage, and it can't be damage cut or anything because the NP didn't do damage, so yeah, I think it's having to crit. Well, time to quick chain a lot then. Boy, was someone backseating? I'm assuming that's what that was. Gonna not check it then. Guarded the crit down. So far the crit's always working, so I think that's what it is. 113k. How tanky are we though? Let's find out. I think she has to crit too, and I see she got a crit gimmick. That makes regular Medusa good. I guess the extra attack is kind of irrelevant then. Man, so far Konamine is the best boss in the event. The Lu Bu one was alright. But, you know, this one's not a real fight. It's kind of like a glorified story segment. That'd have been better if they pushed you on value, like give Virtua more health. Because like I didn't even need to stun, right? I didn't need to be optimal with my survival skill, and you didn't have to do that, which kind of sucks. I wish you had to like play those two properly to win, or at least vaguely properly. Did she use her eyes to take a picture of Virtua's shoes? Wait, was that the whole shtick? That Virtua was up there in the clouds, so we couldn't get a picture of her shoes? And that's why we went up there? I'm pretty sure that's the story. Like Virtua just went up there, I guess, either just to be a shit, or because she didn't want to have her picture taken or whatever. Was that George's camera? I don't know. She used her eyes, so I don't know. I will say that it would be like Virtua to just be a troll in a situation like this and not cooperate, just to be a dick. I'm assuming like Sith won't undo the forest crap unless we give her pictures of all the shoes in Chaldia. I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Like, you need Sith's cooperation for one reason or another, and, you know, Sith is obsessed with shoes, so. All very silly. I don't know why we don't just murder Sith, but, you know. At least it's not main story, although honestly Nasu literally incorporates stupid shit like this into his stories when he writes them, like in Lost Belt 6 and stuff. Maybe not quite. I don't know, it is actually about this stupid. I was gonna say it's not this stupid, but then I remember there's chocolate in Lost Belt 6, so yeah, no, it is this stupid. Yeah, Lost Belt 6 has some really dumb parts in it. And you got like the sports in Lost Belt 7, and Nasu wrote that too. Yeah, Nasu loves incorporating like really stupid slice of life stuff in crisis situations. Like his whole shtick. Well, Orion is back. Yeah, it's just the top of the ship there. Yeah, it's like the master's room or just a room, kitchen, you know, chow down, top of the ship, and then like the engine room or the engineering room or something. Okay, chat. I'm pooped. I'm gonna wrap up there. Looks like there's 2 more boss fights to go or something like that. And there might be another set of floors. I'm not really sure. We'll find out. But that's a decent enough stopping spot. But I thought you were green. Don't start with me. Don't you start that shit, chat. Alright, let's see. Who's streaming right now? We'll rate Say again. Give him a hand. If I can remember how to spell his fucking username. Oh, he's playing some Arknights. I think he's doing the roguelike. That's a good time. I need to play that soon. It's been a while since I played Arknights. Fucking love that game. Alright, boys. Go get him. And I will see you guys soon. Take care. Green can't spell Pensive Engine. You didn't even spell it right.